Special bundles with premium membership from Chess24. Super discounts on merchandise. Massive sales on courses from Chessable. Chessable and Chess24 bundles. With new deals appearing every day. Visit chess24.com/deals.
E5, it's E5 patzers.
A complete repertoire against 1 E4 based on 1 E5, now available to study with Chessable's unique Move Trainer technology. The backbone is the Marshall Gambit against the Spanish, with 3 Knight F6 against the Italian. Jan Gustafsson has revisited all these lines he has played for 20 years and worked on as a second for Peter Lecko and Magnus Carlsen, amongst others, with the help of the most powerful engines out there, Leela 0 and Stockfish 10. This has led to many new discoveries and a repertoire ready to master on Chessable that can serve the student for a long chess career.
Maybe E4 doesn't exist after all.
E5, it's E5 patzers.
And queen takes f3. Oh, what is going on? Oh, this is going to be a fortress. I just don't see any hopes at all. This is very easy. Just rook back and forth.
Taking chess to the next level.
Wow. Wow.
Wow, yeah. Nothing else to say. Wow.
Creating the future of the sport. Introducing the Champions Chess Tour. 10 months, 10 tournaments. The world's best players online and on TV.
Well, we wanted to do a historical top 50 of chess players of sort of all time, and to do that we are using the statistics by Jeff Sonax, who has created a site called Chess Metrics. We've gotten some help from Frank Hoffmeister, who is a well-renowned chess historian, but then we have still kind of added our own touch. And it's always going to be subjective, and there's no correct answer.
I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you agree with every single ranking, because usually when you publish lists, what could go wrong? Who would disagree with anything? But yeah, it's been fun, and I hope you like it.
It's time to take control of your journey towards chess mastery. Magnus Carlsen introduces Chessable, the definitive solution for studying chess. Move Trainer uses the science of spaced repetition to identify your strengths and eliminate your weaknesses. There's no need to set up a board, remember which page you're on, or keep track of all the moves you miss. Move Trainer empowers you to go from the opening to the end game with confidence. It's a seamless, effective, and fun way to study chess. Choose from one of the largest online chess libraries in the world, with hundreds of titles ranging from classic books through to our exclusive Chessable courses, including over 100 free courses. Get expert insights from International Master John Bartholomew, Grandmaster Sam Shankland, International Master Christoph Sulecki, Grandmaster Simon Williams, World Champion Magnus Carlsen, and hundreds of other instructors. Get started now and join our growing community of over 100,000 chess enthusiasts at Chessable.com. Chessable, take control of your journey towards chess mastery.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's coverage of the Chess.com Speed Chess Championship. We will be observing the match between Wesley So, one of the best blitz players in the world, and he's facing a young, up-and-coming, very, very strong grandmaster. I believe he's only 16 years old, but he can certainly play. He's playing against Nodirbek Abdusattorov from Uzbekistan. And who better, literally, who better to tell us everything, not only about Abdusattorov, but about these chess games, than former FIDE world champion, the legend of Uzbek and German chess, Rustam Kasimdzhanov. Rustam, how are you today?
I'm great, thank you. How are you yourself? I'm sitting here admiring your haircut. I think you should go with it.
I don't know. Don't you think it's too short?
No, I think that's actually perfect.
Okay. I went to Gentleman's Barbershop. Gentleman spelled Gentelmens. I did point out that's not the common spelling, but they didn't have a big problem with it. I got the opening offer for 10 euros because now in my neighborhood there is 19 barbershops next to my house, and they felt they needed 2 more. So they took it all off. That's what happened.
No, they did a good job.
All right. I'm glad to hear that. I was very insecure about it. Now I feel better. So how's life for you? You're sitting in your mansion in the German countryside?
That's exactly what I'm doing. Yes, I am in my mansion in the German countryside, and yeah, it's all good.
Sounds thrilling. Are you gonna travel anywhere? You went to Norway Chess with Fabiano?
Yeah, we had a lot of fun, especially the first 10 days or 2 weeks, I don't remember, of the quarantine. There was a lot of Fabi in my life, but you know, what you gonna do?
I don't know. I still think Fabi's great company. I understand you guys spent a lot of time around each other.
That wasn't bad, We watched a lot of movies.
I think we'll get to that, because as always, covering this match is a thinly veiled excuse to catch up and talk about movies. But there is also hopefully some exciting chess to be played. It's the usual format of these Speed Chess Championship matches where they play 90 minutes of 5+1 blitz chess, then an hour of 3+1 blitz chess, and then 30 minutes of 1+1. What do you think? Does your countryman have any chance in this match?
Well, I hear he's a very good blitz player. And he has been doing pretty well in these online events. But also from what I saw on a good day, Wesley So, I think he's pretty much the best blitz player in the world. So it really depends, I think, on whether Wesley So will have his best day or not. So if he is not playing his best, then maybe Nodirbek will get a chance. If Wesley is in his best shape, then it's difficult to imagine, but let's see.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I'm not sure if he's the best, but I think Wesley is a bit underrated when it comes to these lists of the best blitz players. Normally we automatically name Carlsen, Nakamura, then sometimes we add Maxime to the list. Wesley's name doesn't come up so often, but he's incredibly stable even in blitz. No, he knows his theory. He doesn't make big mistakes. He's super solid. He's a very, very tough blitz player.
And we'll have games, yeah? Like at least
we have liftoff.
It's a Caro-Kann, isn't it?
That is a Caro-Kann. The first game just began. Wesley So with the white pieces, aka GMW So, against Chess Warrior 7197. What's with that username?
He's probably a chess player and he has quite some warrior blood in him.
I understand, but he's not born in 71 or 97. So that number confused me.
Yeah, it's just some random numbers. Yeah. Don't think too much of it. No.
Queen A4 check. Wesley seems to know his stuff here in this Caro-Kann.
Yeah, Black probably needs to go like knight C6 and maybe Queen A5 after, no? Like knight BC6, maybe knight B5, you know, some tricks.
Ooh.
No, knight B5 castles, not tricks. It's too early for tricks.
And bishop E3, Queen A5, yeah. Which will be 3 played.
White should have a slightly sweeter position, shouldn't he? Some bishops.
Yeah. The pair of bishops traditionally is supposed to give you a bit of an advantage. And Wesley also keeps blitzing. Still knows this. Bishop b6. This looks somewhat familiar. But
Knight c6, f4, g5. Yeah, something. We must have seen something like this.
Some old Leco against Lequang or something? I'm not sure about the exact position, but it seems not unheard of. We should say hi to everyone watching in the chats on YouTube, on Chess24, on Twitch. How are you people doing tonight?
I hope people are doing great.
And
Nodirbek, he brings his knight to d5. I think he's also not doing so badly.
He's bringing horsey back.
Yeah, I mean, Wesley played a4 very fast, a5, knight d5, and then rook c8.
Completely safe for black now? What a horse.
Looks great, yeah.
And I think we will fix the names so that they no longer appear as GMW So against Chess Warrior, but as So versus Abdusattorov. You guys might lose sight of the board, but it will be right back. I can tell you, you're not missing that much so far. Nodirbek is very comfortable after the opening.
Almost looks like black is better, right?
I'm not sure how you make progress, but it seems impossible that white is better, no?
Yeah, no, I think black can maybe push pawns like h5, you know, h4, rook somewhere.
I hear you. We don't have the board because we're fixing the names thing, but we will have it in a minute. So I'm sure you've had to answer this question many a time, but I'll ask it again. What's with Nodirbek? Is that a very common name in Uzbekistan? Because you have 2 juniors called Nodirbek.
No, it is actually not a very common name. I mean, Nodir is a reasonably common name, and Bek is kind of an addition to it, which is not entirely usual. So it's a quite a coincidence that both of them are Nodirbeks. In fact,
it's not like 1 out of 10 people is called Nodirbek.
Probably more like 1 out of 10,000 or so.
Oh, okay. What are the most common Uzbek first names?
Like Rustam is very common. You'd be surprised.
Would have been my next guess. Let's. Do we have the board back?
We have the board.
There we are. Wesley is coming after the c4 pawn.
Well, that's the only thing he can do, right? I mean, he can attack the c4 pawn. Maybe black can go like rook h5, you know, activate his rook.
Looks like Berlin, h5, h4, rook h5. And there it comes. So how come,
looks like Berlin, yeah?
How come these Uzbek juniors are so good? Can you take full credit? Did you inspire them with your
I did inspire them, yes. I can actually take full credit, yes. Especially this generation, like Abdusattorov, I think he was born 2005?
2004.
2004, which is the very year of my world championship, so it actually makes sense. These are the kids that, you know, grew up with chess being really popular in Uzbekistan. So I do take all the credit, of course.
Yeah, that seems understandable and even reasonable. Uzbekistan, before your great successes, they had this one Olympiad where they finished second, sort of out of nowhere, no? And when was it, 92?
I was 92 in Manila, yes.
Yeah.
It was absolutely out of nowhere. It was also a dream team, to be sure, because it was still the period when all the best Uzbek players were still in Uzbekistan. And soon after a lot of
before he became Graf, yeah? Was on
Ninashev before he became Graf, and Grandmaster Serpa when he was still active and in Uzbekistan and playing, yeah.
So you do have a rich chess history in a way.
Yes, we do. And the kids today, let's see how strong they will become. And difficult to say. I mean, clearly we have a lot of hopes that Abdusattorov, Yakuboyev, Sindarov, all of them, that they will become super grandmasters. But they cannot all of them become super grandmasters, yes, but we hope that at least some of them will make it.
Yeah, we should explain for people that don't follow Uzbek chess as closely that these guys, Abdusattorov, Sindarov, Yakuboyev, they're all what, like 16 years old, 2,600 players in that neighborhood?
Well, in that neighborhood, yeah. I think Abdusattorov is a bit younger and a bit stronger than the rest at the moment. But we still have a lot of kids who are like now 12 and 14 and also strong and rising. So do have a lot of talent in the country. Somehow Black's position is getting
something went wrong, no?
Yeah, something went completely wrong. His rook on h5 proved wrong. Didn't do anything, just got kind of lost there.
No, it's stuck on f5. You can't even get a check. He's going to lose a pawn.
What should he do, f6 or?
You're the rook endgame expert, but trading pawns when you're worse is supposed to be the right thing, no?
Yeah.
Oh, rook a5. Hang on.
Rook a5 is take, rook e5, and game, no?
That looks unpleasant. Rook a1, even f5.
Rook e5 and f5, yeah? I thought this would kind of queen.
Yeah. The rook goes away and the pawn moves up the board. This looks horrible. This is just analysis.
No, rook e1, king d4 should be a game, yeah. Although maybe
this I'm not sure.
No, but you could go f8 queen, right, after rook e5.
Ah, that's a better move.
Yeah, f8 queen, rook b5, and like very minimal hopes to build some sort of a fortress. Maybe not really, no?
Unlikely with this pawn alive, yeah. And the position after rook e5 is on the board. Yeah, this went wrong.
But it's no longer one of those matches where the players have to talk whilst they play, right?
No, this is just playing.
I remember I saw Wesley playing against Liu Liam in one of those banter matches. I just thought he was just such a tremendously strong player.
Yeah,
he was even
incredibly good,
funny and entertaining and strong and fast. I was like, he's the whole package.
He lost to Magnus in this banter blitz thing, but other than that, even against Magnus, he's actually been doing well, I think, in blitz. Yeah,
it was a very tough match, right? Like all in all.
So between you and me, these new Uzbek talents, are you happy that chess is blossoming, or does it annoy you that there are others that are coming for your throne?
Well, it's not much of a throne these days, really. No, I'm actually very happy about this. I was sort of hoping to play this Olympiad. When was this supposed to be? The Olympiad 2020 August, right? It was supposed to be. I thought this was my last chance to maybe play board one. But it's likely that now, that it has been postponed by a year. I don't think I will ever play board one for Uzbekistan, like ever again.
You think Nodirbek will say, "Get out of the way, young man, this is my board"?
Well, old bird, yes.
I thought maybe politely. He did lose the first game. Now with the white pieces, Wesley. Well, Wesley's not one to mess around, and play e4, g6. He plays the Berlin, his main repertoire, and says, "Please hurt me."
I actually thought that, like, from watching him play, I thought his knowledge of his openings is very impressive for blitz.
Yeah,
it's usually not many openings, but the ones that he plays, he knows extremely well, and I think this is a huge class.
Yeah, for sure. At the highest level in tournament games, maybe you can accuse him of not always having ideas that really hit. He's incredibly solid, incredibly well prepared, but, well, like everybody. He's not always punching, and sometimes it seems like he doesn't mind if his opponent also knows his theory. That's a draw. But in blitz, since he knows his stuff so well and has a worked out repertoire, I feel this, suits him for even better for blitz than for tournament games where people can prepare for him specifically. As for this position, I have no clue, but I guess black is solid here. Knight comes to e6. You take on f3 if needed.
Yeah, knight e6 and bishop f3 is probably important, right? This knight is dangerous otherwise.
Yeah.
You take this knight and you castle short, and how bad can it be, right?
Would you consider GF here?
I would consider it because, if I start rolling with f4, it could be something. Especially where does black castle now? Not so easy, huh? Well, easy for him, right?
But f4 and f5 is looming. This could be some pressure.
This could be unpleasant, especially since f5 is probably not possible, right? Black playing f5, ef, maybe he'll lose a knight, and the spin.
Yeah, it looks scary. Everything to the e file. So Wesley went queen c5. By the way, I'm not sure if this happens to you as well. I realize whenever I am doing commentary on Wesley So games, how often I say so accidentally when just speaking. Like, I start sentences with so all the time, and then you realize it's weird when you say, so Wesley went queen c5. But it just happens all the time.
It does, yeah. Maybe we should just say Wesley.
Yeah.
Also, why queen g3? I thought queen takes e3 was not a big threat. Like, I would like this structure in the endgame.
Because now you allowed f5. Yeah, this probably helps black quite a bit.
Yeah, I also think this is probably the first time Abdusattorov has this sort of experience, like playing a match against a player of this level, right? He must be also a bit nervous.
He did get quite far in the Banter Blitz Cup, but probably he didn't play a Wesley So caliber there. I can't recall. Maybe he played Duda or one of those, but Wesley still on a somewhat different level. Rook 88, black is doing fine now.
Yeah, black is doing well. Now, I think white has to be careful that, his weaknesses will not, start dropping off. The pawn on f4, I have my misgivings.
So let's get to important topics. Have you seen the hit show, The Queen's Gambit, on Netflix?
Well, I politely declined the opportunity.
Wow.
I saw the trailer, and the trailer looked like absolute garbage, and with no disrespect, right?
No. Like,
but
type of absolute garbage.
I just couldn't bear the idea. And some friends told me.
Bad. Like, I don't think I'm as much into it as most of Twitter, where it's a complete love fest, but I thought the chess was done well. You could see they had proper experts. I think Kasparov was choosing a lot of the games, and it was sort of done respectfully, and also the part of coming up as a talented kid in chess, I thought was well done. So I'm not as much in love with it as the rest of the world, I believe, but I think it's watchable.
That's a high praise. Yeah, maybe I should give it a shot.
Yeah. Then again, we tend to disagree on all things, movies and TV shows. I tried, because I wanted to come properly prepared for today. I tried to rewatch Constantine, but I only lasted 10 minutes. Like, I don't even know what happens. He's doing some exorcism on some poor Vietnamese girl or something, and I got very confused very quickly. I guess it's the opening scene. She's possessed by, I don't know, some demon, and that he catches in the mirror.
She's possessed by the kind of a demon who was not supposed to be there in the first place. So this is a very symbolic scene. It was a sort of a demon. He was not even supposed to cross our plane. So it was kind of, he was trespassing.
Got it. See, that's that kind of inside knowledge from watching it 17, 18 times that I lack to fully appreciate that move. What's happening with Wesley? This is still equal?
Well, rook d1 is kind of a pin, right? Why is he going knight d4?
I don't know. Maybe you stay pinned, queen d6, c5, and hope to unpin eventually. Queen e7 played, going for the endgame.
Maybe on take rook c8 and then king f8, like temporary passivity. Huh?
Yeah, no. Can the rook hang in there on d7?
And then maybe knight f5 and then king e8 somehow slowly get it out. No?
And this is on the board.
Yeah, white would like maybe to play knight e4 to activate the knight, but then knight e2, knight f4 at least picks up the pawn. Yeah, and how bad can it be?
Yeah, black should be fine.
Yeah, I think it's almost impossible in general to beat Wesley in technical positions. So some sort of an adjustment of style is necessary when playing him.
Because Nodirbek, in spite of his young age, we sometimes probably wrongly think of young players as very tactical. He's a grinder, right? He's just a well-prepared positional player, no?
He's just a positional player, yes. He's extremely solid and he's good in endgames. And this has worked well for him so far, but, you know, as you say, Wesley is a different caliber, right?
How do you get there at such a young age to be good in endgames and solid? What's the training routine?
I think this is some sort of a gift, right? I don't think he trained this specifically. I don't think it is possible to train this specifically. I also noticed when working with Uzbek kids that they don't really blunder anything. It's also like a very special talent of sorts. They never really drop pieces.
Isn't that just kids? All these guys playing 12 hours of blitz games per day coming up. That's exaggerating, of course. But they have such a good hand. No, they don't give pieces away, these strong young.
Well, I think this has something to do, as you say, with playing a lot of online blitz. At least you develop this skill to not hang pieces. Yeah? Like I think Nakamura also has this talent.
Yeah. Even if things go wrong, we won't see big blunders. From either, actually. Wesley is also incredibly good at not giving anything easy.
Also, does Abdusattorov have 11 seconds against 2 minutes? Is this correct?
I guess it's correct. They get an extra second per move, but it's still not ideal.
Yeah, no, the beginning of the match in general doesn't look great for our talent. Yeah? Looks like he'll suffer.
Yeah. For the format, I'm not sure. I would guess everyone plays so much for all the formats nowadays that people like Wesley won't have many weaknesses. Sometimes guys are weaker at the bullet portion, but 1+1 actually is not that slow. It's not 1-0 where you need pre-move skills. So I don't think the weaker player can make up a lot of ground in that portion.
There is also less time, right? And once you start playing bullet. Yeah?
Yep. And we have GM Yasser Sairavan in the Twitch chat. Is that the real Yasser? If so, welcome, Yasser. If not, still welcome, imposter Yasser. And Yasser is saying about Queen's Gambit that he thought all male characters in Queen's Gambit were weak. Since Rustam hasn't seen it, I won't bore you guys so much of it. Speaking of bore, I thought Borgov was a decent character. And Belchik, also, although weird, that's his name, right? I like that actor. I think that's a good actor. I also didn't think he was weak. I did not enjoy... What's the big American star called again? And Benny Watts. Benny Watts did not seem like a real chess person. Anyway.
Maybe one day I will understand this conversation.
Yeah, I'll stop because doesn't make a lot of sense for you. then again, I think you have to catch up just to partake in what everyone's talking about. What movies did you watch with Fabi? Just horror movies?
Well, not just horror movies. I finally saw Joker. I thought Joker was amazing.
I thought it was a very good movie. Some smart people were claiming that it's sort of empty calories, that it doesn't really have anything to say. But I enjoyed the vibe. I could relate to, loneliness, people sort of losing their mind and so on and so forth. So yeah, I agree. It was great.
And I thought it was such a quotable movie also, right? Like everything, every single scene has a quote in it. It was just beautiful.
The thing with you, though, is you don't consume a lot of media, but once you do, you consume it 15 times and you will now memorize every line from the Joker as a quote, right?
Yes, but okay, I mean, these lines are good. These lines deserve it.
I can't recall any, but I did enjoy the movie. Did you watch Parasite?
Yes. I thought that was a great movie too.
Yeah. This pawn is greatly moving towards h1. It's probably winning, eh? f6, not h5.
Yeah, I mean, how could you possibly stop all those pawns? That's a lot of pawns.
Yeah. Rough start for Abdusattorov.
Yeah, it really couldn't start any worse for him than it did, right? I mean,
let me do the math. No. And more Caro-Kann to be debated. This is my type of line. Queen b6, knight c6. Let's try to force a draw. Move by move, even if it means we have to remember 8,000 lines.
Yeah, it's not as convincing as you'd like. Yeah, this line it always remains a little bit unpleasant.
It's a lot of hard work for maybe getting a draw in the end. So yeah, it's not the great practical choice, but it probably holds move by move as set, no, with computers. Fabi had this great game. Was against Maxime in 2014?
I was against Maxime, yeah. The one time Maxime decided to play Caro-Kann and didn't work out for him, yeah.
Yeah. Which was quite typical for the line. Now, even if it's only a one-game shot, there are so many ideas hidden in so many places there. It's dangerous.
But this is not...
It's not the main line, right?
No, but it's not the place where they sacrifice a piece, right?
There's this stuff, knight b5 or queen e1 or queen b1. Queen e1 is the main line here. Do they sacrifice here? I don't think so. In the French, there is this thing. Is it here as well? I'm not sure.
Well, it could be. You could like take, play bishop b4, and he took with the bishop. Yeah, I think I've seen something like this in my life.
Wow. And people don't know what Parasite is? What are you people doing? It's the reigning winner for Best Movie at the Academy Awards.
No, definitely worth a watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually think knight b4, maybe knight c5. Now is possible, not fearing the check. And then knight c2, king f1. And I have a feeling I've seen something like this.
Let's see if Wesley does that. This doesn't look like the typical Wesley move. Knight c5. He wants to get his king into safety. He goes knight c3. Yeah.
He plays knight c3, but
the discovered check, and it's a mistake.
Well, now black can go like knight c2 and take and play d5, right? Although maybe white
b5
holds
directly.
Maybe b5 directly. a3 is probably necessary to stop the wave. And maybe even knight takes on a3 and then try to play b4, c3.
Yeah, dangerous. Queen c1 before. I don't know. Looks very scary. Let's see what Abdusattorov does.
He took on a1, yeah? This generation is so materialistic.
Do you know that the new generation, they do not understand the term sellout? Like, I grew up with the great fear of becoming a sellout, which I overcame eventually. But for these kids nowadays, obviously the goal is to sell out. It's not even a thing. 97, he's not rushing with b5. Probably still a good position, yeah? You have a rook, 2 pawns, safer king. What's not to like?
Yeah, knight h4, maybe you can play bishop d3, you know, try to open some files.
Yeah. h6, very slow. Trying to force him to
take rook b1. I mean, it's probably not that bad for white anymore.
h6 feels provocatively slow. He's giving the pawn.
Can we take it like rook b7, rook b8, queen b2? Is there a problem with it?
Not for Wesley. It was such a pretty pawn too.
Yeah, this pawn was destined to do great things, and now it's not there.
Yeah. He could have opened his own store, that pawn.
I actually wonder how, like Abdusattorov, for him, it's late in the evening now. I wonder if, in general, it's difficult even for kids to play like this.
Yeah, I think it's a problem, even if you're used to playing a lot of online blitz, if you're already awake, whatever, 10, 12 hours before the match starts. I don't think anybody can be at their best, no?
No, I wouldn't think so, yeah.
Not saying that a different start time would make the outcome different. Wesley obviously would remain a favorite whenever it started. But in general, I think for the Americans, all these online matches aren't so bad. It might be they might not be used to playing at 10 or whatever, but you get up, you take a shower, you have some breakfast, you start playing, you're fresh. I think it's better than waiting all day and then starting.
Yeah, I think that's correct, yeah. I think the Chinese, they also suffered because of this, yeah, all those matches that started 2 in the morning, right? Can't be healthy.
Where's Wesley based? Is he still in Minneapolis, in Minnetonka or whatever it was?
I really don't know him very well. I know he's not in St. Louis anymore. I thought he was in St. Louis for a while, but I think he's not there anymore. Where he is, what he does, I just don't know.
Ah, okay. I'm not up to date at all. I know he moved in with Lotus Key and that family, I think around 2014, when he had this very public, issues with his family and the thing in St. Louis, but I'm not sure what has happened since then. Wesley, so 27 now, or I'm not sure if he's 26 or 27, born in 93. Absolute world-class chess player. He's not become the main rival or the sole rival to Magnus Carlsen, where at some point in 2016, early 2017, there was a big conversation when Wesley won these 3-4 events in a row. That has not happened, but he's still incredibly good. And it wouldn't be surprising. He didn't do well in the last candidates tournament. Maybe, I don't know, was lack of experience or his style of preparation wasn't ideal for that. But we can't rule out that
was a very high pressure event, right? And I don't think he likes it a lot. I think he plays his best when he's just playing chess. I think high pressure does not really suit him well.
Right. No more high pressure in this position. He's just winning. He's consolidated. He will eventually start horsing around, picking up these pawns. No? King to c3, covering all the entry squares. And one day, this knight will feast.
Yeah, I think Abdusattorov does need to get a bit more creative, a bit more ambitious. He cannot keep playing technical positions against Wesley. And just nobody's technique is that good.
Yeah. How do you do it though? Like you can't change your style in the middle of a match, no?
Well, sometimes you have to.
Okay. This looks fairly hopeless. You try rook a1, I guess, but
You will lose the a5 pawn, right? But okay, it still needs some work. Knight b7, rook some way g1, you know, some checks.
yeah, he goes bishop e4. Covers everything first. May wants to try to take this with the king.
Yeah, no, he's really good at this, yeah, keeping control.
Yeah.
Now king b2 and then knight b7 check, yeah, should be over.
Nightbot is saying, we all love Laurent. When did Laurent get control over our Twitch channel? What happened here?
Also, how did Laurent become a part of this conversation? I don't think we mentioned anything close to him.
No, and we never would have, but he found a way to sneak in here. Greetings, Laurent. He's probably not even here. We still speak.
Greetings and salutations.
H5. It's just not fast enough here. The knight on e5 will also keep everything very stable. A5, a6.
Well, h5, h4 is still some progress for black, right? He's exchanging some pawns.
Yeah, but I mean, worst case, you take, go knight e5, and you should win. No?
And then the king comes to c5 or so, yeah? He will win it slowly, yeah? He doesn't win it, have to win it now.
Thanks, Jake Loans. That's much better.
So rook a2, you have to...
Still
some work to be
not
done.
over yet. Knight c4, rook a2. Yeah, he goes king b5.
Rook c3 and then f4, f3. Yeah, it's not easy. Where does he go with his bishop?
I don't know. Bishop
Almost
c6,
bishop a8 feels
c4,
like the best
so
square, right?
with this beautiful square, you can't get. He goes to e2. f4, king b4.
Bishop f3 and now back knight e5. Yeah, now he's back in control of sorts.
Nodirbek. Hanging around though. Rook f2.
I would be tempted by knight d2 to sort of cut off this rook, no?
Yeah, didn't happen. No. Still asking questions.
Again, now they're just blitzing, right? There is not so much control.
Yeah.
Bishop g4 looks like a good move, though. No?
Yeah. King b7. He's given up a pawn, and you just lose both pawns, and it's game over.
Yeah, this was not ideal
Bishop
for
d5
black.
check. Yeah. This is it. Now the d pawn can just march up the board. No, Wesley, so far, too strong.
Yeah,
There was
Wesley
actually
is
some nice
strong.
defense by Abdusattorov, not making it easy. But wasn't enough.
So maybe we do have one of those days when Wesley is at his best. Would be kind of bad news, no, for our boy.
Yeah. Generally, in these first round matchups, you can see how strong these top 5 players really are, right? Even if they face a young, incredibly good grandmaster, like what was I watching? I was watching Maxim against Nihal. Nihal's obviously amazingly good at blitz as well. but he didn't really have a chance in the end. And then Magnus against Masudlu, the final score was something like 24-5. So they're just on another level here.
Yeah, that's what it seems. Yeah, like Nihal Sarin, I heard that, that the guy is incredibly strong.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, I mean, he did put up a fight against Maxim, yeah? It was just not enough.
Yeah, that was the closest game, but it was the closest match that I've seen. But he never came that close to winning it either. Still, yeah, Nihal is, of course, incredibly good blitz. Still lost, and Masudlu was just rough.
But I think one of the matches coming up is Duda against Caruana, right? And this is pretty close, right? At least like in blitz, it should be very close.
I don't know. I never know what it is with your boy Blitz. I think he can play, and he should be a favorite even against someone as good as Duda, a clear favorite. But you never know how motivated he is to, I don't know, play his main openings and put his whole soul into an online blitz match, to put it pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my observation from the sidelines. I would think he has to be a serious favorite.
Yeah, but Duda recently, didn't he beat like Karyakin 15-4 or something like this, something ridiculous, no?
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah. I was like, what the hell happened to the world, no? If somebody beats Karyakin like this. So Abdusattorov finally got in a sharpish opening, right?
Yeah, he played this h4 in the Scotch, one of the crazier looking moves, popularized by Alexander Morozevich. And yeah, Queen e6, as to be expected, is the main move here played by Wesley. Pawn to g3, pawn to d6. Is this where you have this trap? There's one line where White had some nice trap, which I can't recall. Something like this. But I can't quite remember. Anyway, pawn to d6, pawn to c4, and all these positions are so complex. When you look at them with a computer, black is usually doing well, but over the board, they're very tricky to play. So I guess he's happy with it.
No, but also tricky for White, right? You can just be overrun in the center and you also pawn down. But again, at least he got a fight. Wesley played c5. I thought he would maybe play king b8, but c5 looks like a good move. Does it look like a good move? Knight g5, bishop g5, bishop b7, king b7, a g f6. Yeah, this looks pretty solid for black, right?
Black is fine now, yeah.
Yeah. So what does White have after c5? Maybe a4, a5?
Do I go f5 or what do I do?
Well, f5, a5, maybe I can just ignore, right? F5, a5, and then you take the horse here. Maybe play knight d7. I can maybe play a6, bishop e4 is unlikely.
Start taking things, yeah.
But maybe knight g5 now, and then take.
So check.
A6 check, king a8. I never know if this pawn on a6 will bring White some long-term initiative or not.
Yeah. And something along these lines on the board. A4, f5, a5 played. Let's see how Wesley handles this. Spirit Tapper wants to know, do you ever play over the board anymore? Other than COVID, he means.
Is it for me?
Yeah.
The question. I played one game this year.
There you go.
Yeah. It's likely to stay this way.
Yeah. I was very envious of that one game you got to play because we were there in Karlsruhe doing commentary, and it seemed all of a sudden that our team was missing a player, because I'm not sure what your agreement was. Mine was I play in the worst case scenario if we really need someone, and I'm assuming it was sort of similar for you.
Yes.
I was very envious of your one game.
That was a bit surprising, but I played because I think it was Maxim Vachilagraf who felt that he was playing too many games, and he wanted to be rested for some decisive matchup tomorrow, which is kind of fair enough. And yeah, I got to play my one game, and I didn't even do that badly.
So you have the 100% score for 2020.
I have 100%. Yes, nothing to complain about. But I don't know if I ever mentioned this to you. My opponent did put me under pressure, like immediately. He was like, "You the first world champion I get to play." So I was very worried that after the game he'll get to say, "You're the first world champion I ever beat."
Yeah. I usually hear "you're the first grandmaster I ever drew," which is not what you want to hear, but yeah, must be even worse as former world champion. What's going on here? Knight A4, complex.
Queen G6, yeah, it doesn't look that complex. Looks like black is a pawn up and attacking.
Yeah, went wrong for Abdusattorov again.
Bishop E5, Rook E5, Queen F2, and trying to hang in there.
Cthulhu is saying, "Stop playing the Gustafsson variations." What do you mean? This is my black repertoire. It's going great for him, no? G3, D6. Even this D6 I gave in my Chessable course. Because, yeah, I was trying to make knight B4 work, but I failed.
You also failed to show us why, right?
Yeah, I think it's something here. But I really struggle remembering. Maybe just this. Takes. Not sure how great this looks for white.
It's kind of possible. And then knight C2, knight C3, and suddenly everybody comes in with tempo.
Yeah, there was some line like this that was very, very dangerous. But I'm not sure if this is the exact move order, so don't quote me on this. But something along these lines. Dr. Grimer is asking, have either of you ever touched a piece you didn't want to move in a big game and then had to move it? Not in a big game, as far as I know. I think I once or twice legitimately forgot that I had touched a piece. I think once I recall one case, it's a long time ago, that I touched some piece and then I completely forgot about it and tried to move something else. My opponent rightly pointed out that I had touched another piece. Wasn't a big deal, but I think it's happened to me once or twice. What about you?
I know. I remember like at least once castling improperly. Like my opponent's queen was on H5 and I castled long. But it was a blitz game and I lost that game.
Sorry, man.
I like it didn't feel like a bad move. It felt like I was making a good move.
Is Abdusattorov back in this?
It looks like a draw now, yeah, because
F4,
96, yeah. Yeah, now he should be able to make a draw now.
Yeah, it's probably not even worse, no? Equal pawns.
He doesn't have much time, but I don't think Wesley can even play this for a win anymore. They'll probably somehow play King D6, Knight B7, and find the move repetition, I would assume.
King D6, so you think check, go back, and go home. Yep, here we are. So he's getting on the scoreboard. That's the good news.
Well, it's something, yeah. It wasn't obvious. So what is it now? 2.5 or is it 3.5?
2.5 half. Or is it? Must be 3.5 half, no? Yeah. 3.5 half.
And they have another obscure line, yeah?
Oh, another line I'm an expert in. Fantastic. They're playing all my stuff. Castles, rook e1, f5. Let's go. Queen f6, knight f3, g5. C4, this is what Levon played. the more tricky move, but I do not think that it's that sound. But it seems like Wesley is surprised. No, that Nodirbek is surprised by this because G3 is the main line here. G3, F4. So C4 maybe took him out of the book.
So knight F4, bishop F1, G4, D4 is an idea. What's the point?
I think so, yeah. As usual, I struggle remembering, but I did check this C4 and it didn't really work, but or white wasn't better, let's put it that way. It's not like it's losing, but it was a very tricky idea, maybe trickier than the G3. And Wesley once again shows he knows his stuff everywhere.
Yeah, he knows his stuff. It's actually very impressive. He probably works on chess a lot and he probably likes doing it.
Yeah, that is the unfair competitive advantage that some of these guys have. They actually enjoy it, yeah?
I know, right?
And I think it's always been that way. I've heard that story, I'm not sure how true that is, that when he was 15, 16, he arrived, I believe, to Holland to one of these young stars versus veterans tournaments. And he was there by himself, and people were a bit worried if he'd be entertained because he arrived a few days early. And he just didn't seem to understand the question. He said, I have a computer, I have internet, I can study. Don't worry about my entertainment.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Don't quote me on that story, but something along these lines. I think you can also tell by just watching that he does work. Still in book here, yeah? Mr. So?
Can we play B4? Yeah, I was wondering.
We played B4.
Because unless black has a tactical solution, his position is sort of rubbish, isn't it?
Yeah. Knight B7, just bishop B2, yeah?
Yeah, bishop B2, rook D8, and knight D2. And just black needs some tactics. Yeah, he needs to attack, to sacrifice, to do something.
Yeah, it looks like he also got caught in the opening battle. So it's never an easy spot, particularly in a blitz game, if your opponent knows his stuff in a super sharp line and you don't.
Yeah, what can he do? He can try like bishop E5, but then normally rook E5 would be strong, right? Rook E5 and like bishop E3.
Just take it directly, yeah?
Yeah, take and bishop E3. Yeah, you will probably lose some material, or at least, you know, white will be a couple of pawns for the exchange.
Something like this looks huge for white, probably just winning it.
Yeah, it looks very sad for black, yeah. Maybe bishop E3 and rook D8, yeah, in this line, instead of knight F3 check is still playable.
And knight B7 played, bishop C4 check, blitzed out. Yeah, he's just getting prepared of the board here. I have to check my faint notes, what I had after C4. I recall I looked at it more or less recently because Levon had this game. But memory, as usual, not great here.
He played bishop C4, but now black can play bishop E6, right? Or am I missing something? I don't see anything, any tactics, yeah? Nothing immediate.
B2?
Bishop B2, yeah, maybe.
Still trouble now. He went king G7, bishop B2, rook D8. It looks
this will
like
never
it's going to
work.
crumble here, just pieces out, knight D2, rook D1.
This is so terrible.
No, Wesley putting on a clinic. Play like Smyslov is asking, Jan, what's your hardware for Lila? Can you handle this one? I'm far from an expert on the topic, but I don't run Lila on my computer. I have something that runs on, I think, Amazon Web Services, which I connect to, but I'm not an expert at all. I think nowadays you can run it on most decent graphic cards on your computer, but I don't know much about it. Knight b3.
It looks like game
right.
over, right? And
Yeah.
yeah, this must be such a sobering experience for Abdusattorov right now.
He
I
also
don't think-
switched openings, went for some sharp line, and he just gets shown 20 moves of preparation and has to resign, yeah?
Yeah, this is not nice for him.
Neil Bruce BC is saying, always makes me happy to see Jan. Thank you so much. Glad you're here, Neil Bruce BC. I'm not sure how long that happiness will last, but it's appreciated.
Yeah, I was actually about to say the same thing, but I got beat to it.
You'll see more of me in the not so distant future.
Yeah, Abdusattorov resigns. It's kind of getting like a little bit embarrassing.
I don't think it's embarrassing. I think it just shows how good the top 5 blitz players in the world really are. No?
No, but this we knew already. But we want to see some games. We want to see some fight.
I don't know. Much to Dutch defenders' grief, I just want to sit here and catch up and talk about movies. So I'm fine if it's one-sided. But no, I'm just always stunned how big the difference is between very, very strong, up-and-coming, whatever his rating level is, 2680, 2650, whatever, players, and the Wesleys, Magnuses, Hikarus of the world. This looks like yet another very quiet technical position. Maybe not a bad choice to calm down a bit. And once again, Wesley shows he knows everything about everything here, because it's short castles is sort of a tricky line. I used to think knight b5 was the way here, but white has some tries there. But c6 is more precise, also shown by modern engines. And Wesley, well, he just knows his stuff, yeah?
Yeah, he does know his stuff. Maybe for blitz it's important. Yeah, your knowledge doesn't even have to be deep, but you have to know what you're doing, right? I mean, even if a little bit.
Yeah, and he seems very complete in his stuff. No, I'm not sure if it's always, has mentioned some fresh new ideas, but he can't be surprised by his sideline. It's just good. How's your blitz level nowadays? You used to be a good blitz player, no?
I mean, I have days and days. I mean, nowadays the only blitz I play is against Fabi. And then there are days when I get completely destroyed, and there are days when I put up a fight. Which I guess is fair enough, yeah, given that I'm not really an active player.
Yeah. It's also, in a way, of course, Fabi is not pretty strong no matter what. But in a way, it's also the definition of not being so active anymore. No, it's not like you forgot everything you knew about chess, but it's the consistency of, moving the pieces quickly every day. It's no longer there, right?
Well, even when I play classical chess, where the speed is not so much of an issue, I still lack certain practical skills. I get into time trouble a lot. I mean, I do things that I wouldn't have done otherwise.
Yeah.
I still dream of the days when, I will play more chess, but seems more and more unlikely.
You actually enjoy playing, no?
I do like playing chess, yes. Like, I still think of myself as a chess player for some reason. Despite, all the evidence to the contrary.
No, but I think it's mindset-wise that's important. I enjoy being in the chess world, but I never enjoyed playing that much. So for me, it's important. I don't know. I enjoy going to Olympiads, or if I get to cover events. I really like this world we live in, but I haven't considered myself a chess player. I don't know if ever, but not for a long time. Rook d4. Rook c1.
Rook d4 is provocative, right? He's asking for f4. Why can't white play f4? And
maybe he missed it. F4, rook c4, just take. Rook c1. Rook d8 back. Yeah, he's admitting that was not his brightest idea. Now f4 is coming, I guess. Yeah?
Well, f4 is bad news for black. Yeah, he's actually getting outplayed.
Yeah, EF,
because now takes, and then f5, knight f4, he will start losing all his pawns.
Nodirbek doing a thing. You start considering rook d3 here, but you're probably losing. F5.
F5 is what, I mean, I would normally take on F5, right?
E4 if it works now.
Yeah, EF, knight D4, and then like king E4, knight E2, maybe it's a bit messy, right?
I would blunder some knight fork instantly. EF plate, let's see.
Maybe he wants to go rook C5, yeah. And now some knight F3, I don't know if I need to calculate this.
You don't. B6.
It's not easy for white. Yeah, now suddenly all his pawns are weak. All of them are hanging. He probably had something better than this.
Another thing about these guys, though, they're kind of resilient. So
yeah.
F5, making it a fight, yeah, instead of just getting pushed off the board. And now some checks.
Check king F2 and maybe knight
back.
Knight back is rook E7 check. Yeah, the same is true for knight F5. There is rook F5 and then rook F7 check. King B8 is probably unpleasant. Yeah, rook G7 and then run. Yeah.
Yeah, he played knight F5, but after including BA, so there's no AB, logical. I guess you draw this, yeah? King D6, rook A3, run with the C pawn.
Well, rook G7, rook A3. Now I think maybe check on G6.
Maybe rook A3 is not precise. I don't know. Maybe we start with C5. Let's see what they do. You decide, Wesley.
Black still has to be careful, right? Rook A3. He played rook G5 right away.
C5, A6. Guess we run. The idea is, of course, rook A6, rook G6, picking up the rook. Can't do that.
Yeah, white is actually 2 pawns up, and there is no reason why he shouldn't be winning here.
You think it's winning, yeah?
Yeah, I think so. C3, he just comes to the pawn, right? King E2, King D3, and...
Nodirbek.
Back in business. Maybe King C6, maybe even Rook H7 is possible, right? Just to put this pawn on A7. And...
Classy.
Yeah, I like my move better. Now he has to calculate pawn races.
Maybe he did.
F5 takes, what is it? Ah, but this one should be easy, yeah. Well, did he win a game?
There you go. Not quite back in business, but important for morale and all that stuff, no?
Well, yeah, I mean, now he knows he can actually beat Wesley. This is important. And, you know, it's blitz, you know, you win a couple of more games, suddenly it doesn't look so bad anymore. So what's the score now? It's 5.5, 1.5, something like this.
Is it 4.5, 1.5? I think 4.5, 1.5.
Oh no, it's not even that bad. Yeah, it's a fight.
Well, it's -3. And oh, another line I've seen before. I like it when they play lines I've seen before.
I think they do it specially for you.
I agree.
I think it must be high on their list to make you happy.
Daniel Friedman used to play this with the black pieces. I'm sure you've seen this before as well. You know, some were better for white, but not that much.
I think the last time I analyzed this was like 2009 or something like this.
Yeah, it was popular around that time. I once had the big novelty knight c3 here against Daniel in some rapid tournament.
That is a big novelty though.
Covering the check.
I think this whole line is known as the Ubelava variation. Is this correct? Like this whole thing is d3, knight c6.
Generally, I assign very little importance to what lines are called, so I wouldn't know. Queen's Gambit. Isn't this, I'm sure you must have played this a lot, no? Like, should we say?
Yeah, I've played this one a lot, yes. Now, during Vichy's preparation, during these camps, we used to call this Ubelava variation. And yeah, like 10 years ago, this used to be very popular.
Okay, but Vichy might be biased due to him working with Ubelava for many years, no? Like maybe he calls many things Ubelava variation.
Yes, I mean, I don't know, I don't know him very well, but once or twice I ran into Ubelava in Spain during some Spanish competitions, and he seems like such a great guy.
Yeah, I have the same. I barely know him, but whenever I've seen him, he seems like, you know, a friendly, respected gentleman. Yeah?
Wesley, he has this habit of getting really good positions with both colors, right?
Yeah, I think it's connected to his habit to working a lot on chess.
Yes. Like bishop h4 looks like a decent move, bishop e5, so many decent moves, right?
Do you think Wesley watches a lot of TV shows? Like, is he like us and wasting time with distractions, or do you think he's really as industrious as we assume he is?
I think he's more industrious than us. I think this is safe to assume. But what he does in his free time, I really just don't know. I just don't know him at all. Yeah, this is a thing. Yeah, I always enjoy our little chats, but they happen like once every 2 years or so.
Yeah, I also wouldn't know. And no, clearly he works a lot. But I'm always assuming that people find ways to waste time, no? Like, and to entertain yourself. I'm not sure what it is for him. Maybe he also just plays a lot of online blitz. I do not know. What about Nodirbek? What does he do?
Well, surprisingly, I don't know him well.
Who do you know?
I know he does do sports. Because his father actually is a military guy. So his father, you know, he paid a lot of attention to his physical shape and to sports, and, you know, made him run every day for like 10 kilometers and stuff. Yeah, all these good things, you know. So he got that covered. And I know he plays online a lot. I mean, this I know. And he thinks of himself as a very good blitz player. So other than that, I don't know very much.
Does he go to school? Do you know that? How does it work for these talents?
I think in Uzbekistan, this happened to me. I think this also happened to him and to many others who are good at chess. At some point, you just kind of sort of drop out of school.
Right.
It just happens automatically, and just difficult. My first coach used to say that, if you playing chess gets in the way of your school and your education, then to hell with this education.
Yeah. No, it's a difficult topic, no? Like, because in Germany, the attitude is, of course, different about such things. And yeah, for example, our boy Keimer, I'm assuming he's going to finish his high school, and get his Abitur.
Well, most of them also continue to go to university. Like Georg did this. I think also Wagner did this, right? He went to university, and
yeah.
Sometimes they never come back to chess.
Bluebaum. What's Bluebaum? Is a mathematician, I would guess. Yeah, I think so.
I think so. Yeah, and Dennis Wagner, he studies physics, right, in Heidelberg, wherever he is.
All these smart people.
I know, right?
Maybe you study something vanilla, like, I don't know, philosophy at least, but physics, mathematics, come on.
Philosophy is not a thing, right?
I do enjoy my philosophy. It's logic with words.
Now, I had this conversation with my son when in his school he had to choose. There is this moment in German schools when you have to choose your subject.
Believe it or not, but I do know. I did attend German schools.
And he somehow didn't find a way to include physics into his education.
No, I couldn't wait to get rid of physics.
I was like, how can you have mathematics and chemistry and not physics? And he was like, but there was nothing with that I could, that I could not keep. Yeah, and it turned out philosophy was very important for him. So we had this disagreement. I was like, how do you keep philosophy, not physics?
What I did, because I was trying to get rid of all the tough stuff, I took an advanced chemistry class, although I have no skill in chemistry, but that allowed me to get rid of both physics and mathematics and biology, all that stuff. So I only had to deal with chemistry, and then I could, excel in English and Spanish and philosophy and, all the nonsense. That was my
Excel you did, yes.
Well, I did. I do have Abitur. Wesley, is he making progress here?
Well, he's difficult to say. If black plays g5, I was wondering how he gets his pawns rolling. He played bishop e6. This does not look like a good move. That's a trick. Yeah, if rook g6 and rook d3. Yeah, that's the whole point to it. Yeah. Just a trick.
Yeah.
And if I take bishop g6, then rook a3 is too active, or
maybe just once. I keep blundering rooks, bishop c4.
No, rook a3 is probably threatening rook a2. Yeah, it's good.
g5. Take it, no? Yeah, no, it takes. Computer wasn't a fan of taking. There must have been something better.
Like, I thought white had d5. Didn't white have d5 instead of rook g5?
Looks like there was something. I'm not sure.
No,
you
just
can see this
d5.
bar, the little bar was unhappy with rook takes g5. And d5, of course. There's a check. Of course. Well spotted. White wins. Well, now it should be draw, yeah? Yeah, draw.
Yeah, they just agreed to draw. Yeah?
Yeah.
So some slight mistakes, they crept in, right, in Wesley's play.
Wesley, I would assume, obviously he's always incredibly good, but for him it's also a game of runs, no? As long as he's comfortable and crushing, he will just not make mistakes, but he loses one and encounters more resistance. Some could creep in a little bit, no? Which I guess is actually same for everyone. But
No, I noticed this with Wesley. It's when he's playing Magnus or Fabi that, if he starts losing, then very often he just loses faith.
Yeah.
And then he also gets weaker once he loses faith. I don't think he'll lose faith against Abdusattorov, but...
just to be clear, you mean losing faith in his ability to win the match?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's going to happen today, but I know how it feels. And yeah, maybe Wesley's ego, once again, it's armchair psychology, is not as big as some of the other guys who always think they're the best player and they're going to win, right?
Yeah, I don't think ego is a huge problem for Wesley.
But can't it be a problem? Can't it be an advantage if you do always think you're the best player and you're going to crush like that? You don't lose faith in yourself, right?
Well, yeah, but also it puts you under pressure when things are not really running so well, yeah? Because then the reality and your picture of yourself, they somehow do not work together.
Yeah, it's tricky. I generally believe that in chess it's good to overestimate yourself somewhat, but I'm not sure. Queen g4, castles, bishop h6 being the obvious idea.
Maybe black can take on c3 and castle long.
He does take on c3, bc, and wow, long castles. If you get knight c4, he plays king of 8. No pawns for you.
But this pawn wasn't even hanging, yeah, because after long castle, queen g7, rook g8, I would claim checkmate.
Yeah, king f8. The point is he doesn't want to castle because bishop h6 wins the exchange. He wants to cover it, but it looks somewhat artificial. Yeah, bishop f4 plate. h5 is logical. Maybe black is still okay. Knight to c4 if he can.
Yeah, or maybe knight to d5 and queen to c4. Yeah, keeping a full blockade. Yeah.
So this pawn can be a distraction with h3, knight d5 played here.
Yeah, Wesley is just too strong. Wow, this is some sort of a trick, right? Bishop e5, f6, c4.
How does it go? Queen c4,
and bishop d6 check,
yeah. Fe, cd.
Oh, wow.
He blundered it, yeah?
He blundered it. I jinxed him.
Wow. Literally seconds after you said he's too strong.
I know, right? Very proud of this one.
Do you watch the TV show The Jinx?
No.
I recommend it. It's a good show. It's a documentary.
Oh, on how to jinx people?
No, it's about a guy named Robert Durst who might or might not have killed some people. And it's a documentary. He agreed to doing it, obviously to prove his innocence. And yeah, I'm not going to spoil it, but it's interesting.
Now this position too is interesting, right? Like if we play bishop takes f6 now, then black takes rook e6 and rook g8, right? This is his saving grace.
Is it saving? Queen e2, queen g2 checkmate is helping.
Yeah, so after knight e7, maybe d5 is a better move, yeah, instead of bishop f6. D5?
Feels like it's collapsing. No, it has to collapse.
Yeah, he takes d5.
Somewhere.
And maybe even bishop somewhere, yeah, bishop b2 or something.
This looks like black shouldn't hold with this king.
Well, but it will be difficult to make sure, yeah, like queen takes c4, queen d7, knight g6, but probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, he took on f6 and played d5. Yeah, I don't think this was necessary.
Drama, sorry.
This I don't really understand because I can take on d5, rook e6, queen c4.
Was he want rook e7?
No, I said rook e7, king e7. It can be a draw at best, right? You can never win it with white, can you?
Unlikely, no. The king runs around. And yeah, he plays rook e6, queen c4. How does this go? Rook f6, king e8. Queen g7, you sidestep.
Queen g7, I can go king d7 and then rook e8, you know, and just sort of hang in there, right? I mean, the black does have a piece.
Yeah, looks like Wesley is escaping again. Queen e6, but maybe we can also win some tempo with rook c8, yeah, hinting at some queen c1. And rook e1. Queen g7 played, king d7.
Like it's probably also not better, right? Because after rook e6, he cannot really move, right? I mean, rook e6, queen c5, and like h3. I don't think black can be better in this position.
We'll see. (5-2) for Mr. So. I'm guessing after this one, there's going to be maybe two more, maybe just one more. Probably just one more game of 5+1. Then there's typically a bit of a break. And then they switch to the 3-1 portion.
Yeah, like right after I said he cannot be better, he's consolidating and now he's threatening to move his knight, right? Like knight c6 maybe.
Yeah. The Jinx season 2 will be starring you if you Queen f4 plate. Can we go knight c6 or is there some check?
He wants to go queen f6. Yeah, this is his trick.
Queen f6, king d7.
Queen g7 check, and he gets annoying.
This is on the board. You have to go knight e7 back, yeah?
On knight e7, I think they...
Rook
e7 is takes and queen h8. Yeah, what the hell?
Why is he hanging a rook? What are you doing, Wesley? He resigns.
Oh, wow.
Disgust. 5-3. Your boy, or I don't know if he's your boy, your countryman, sort of back.
He's back. And okay, Wesley, he blundered the rook. Yeah, I mean, never really happens to him.
Unlikely. And yeah, it's what we talked about. Once he encounters more resistance, mistakes can creep in, as with anybody. They're back to this line, which didn't go well for Wesley the first time around. No? Maybe, I'm not sure if he has time or if he has a helper who's sending him some messages, like next game, try knight c5 there. Probably, if he repeats, he knows what to do here.
Yeah, otherwise I don't think he would repeat him.
We'll see, though, if he thinks here.
Is it actually legal? Because the games never stop. Is it legal to have a helper sending you something during the match?
It's a good question, because there's never breaks. Yeah, usually,
there is never breaks.
On the break, you can get some info. But yeah, also he didn't have the improvement. He keeps repeating this. H6, Nodirbek deviates, tries to keep this bishop. Still a strange move. Go b5. Now queen b2, once again, you're not running, no?
Yeah. This is the thing, yeah. They don't really have time to work on their openings in between games, so they cannot really improve on any lines, right?
Yeah.
So now it's queen b2 and then queen b5 check maybe next, and
yeah, so h6 strikes me as slow.
Yeah, twice he had a chance in this line. He never got to move his b pawn, right?
Oh, and screaming to be pushed up the board, no?
Yeah.
Steady defense against knight h4, which seems like less of a priority.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's a bit too relaxed approach. Yeah, this h6. Yeah.
Yeah. What else is happening in the world?
Well, there was a U.S. election. I don't know if you saw that.
I heard. How closely are you following these things? Like, do you stay up on election night till early morning?
I did not plan to, but at some point I woke up in the middle of the night, and then I checked how they were doing, and after this I didn't really find it possible to fall asleep again.
Right.
I don't understand why it is exciting. I mean, what is the U.S. election to me? But for some strange reason it is. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the media. Yeah, maybe just some subliminal
messages. It's the biggest
messages.
show in time. Yeah, even if we say, I'm not sure about this, how much it affects our life, but I also found it captivating. I did the same. I didn't stay up all night, but I woke up at, 5:30 and started following stuff.
Yeah, it was also interesting because I was getting some text messages from friends at this time, so I have a feeling nobody was really asleep.
Yeah, I also have some friends in the US who are sick gamblers, so they bet a lot of money, mainly on Biden. And they were sort of sweating it at some point at night when the betting markets gave Trump, a 75-80% chance of winning. They got quite nervous. Yeah, I'm not sure if only for money reasons or also for other reasons, but yeah, it was very dramatic.
Did you have a preference?
Yeah, I had a preference. But I actually don't know. Do we have producers? Do we have official political opinions on this show? We probably do.
I don't understand. Like, instead of bishop g6, why did he not go like a6 and b5? And why is he not doing this? Like, a6, b5 just looks winning for black. Like, please, just a6, knight e6, b5, and then b4 check.
I don't know. Run. Here he comes.
B5, yeah. Like, the only thing I can see for white is take, king b4, knight c6, and king c5.
C5.
But this is probably
Come
going
closer.
to be mate.
Come a little bit closer, baby. Yeah, hard to believe. Would be fun if he did, though.
Yeah, and I don't see what else to do with white, because otherwise you just overrun, right? Otherwise b4, c3 will come, and he played something else. He played with knight f1. He did not play this game well at all.
The pawns are running.
c3, and if king b3, then knight c6, knight a5. Yeah, this has to be bad. And it's like beyond bad. Yeah, this is like awful. Now maybe bishop b5, yeah, to try to stop the wave. Now he just
resigns.
in disgust.
Enough. Wesley, a bit of a meltdown here, yeah?
Yeah. Once he started losing games, He's
probably throwing a mouse against the wall now. It's a new mouse.
So this is the last blitz game, right?
I would think so, yeah.
And Wesley changing the opening, yeah?
Wow. Our chat is very political too. Hurricania is saying, I heard Biden saying Melania can stay at the White House. I thought she joined Tinder now.
I really shouldn't have brought it up, right?
This is getting out of hand. Oh boy.
I don't know this line too well, like F3, G3, I don't know this, but the players, they seem to know what they're doing.
They do seem to know that stuff.
Yeah, Bishop H3 and then F4, yeah, this is like Leko territory, right? He likes his...
This looks
Bishop
like,
H3s.
even when I was working with Leko in whenever it was 2009, he probably had files that would go deep somewhere around here, but I can't recall a single thing as usual.
Do you ever have like lines from 2009 still working these days?
Actually, I don't do it often, but sometimes I look at these files with new engines, and engines did improve quite a bit, yeah, in the last 11 years. So it's interesting what you had back then and what you assumed was, you know, sort of gospel. But it's very, very different.
This position is like, just looks bad for black, right? I mean, his pawn on e5 is hanging, the knight can come to c6 almost any day. And
what happened here? Looked like Wesley was cruising. It was what, 4.5 or something? And now it's 5-4 and bad position.
Rook e8, I know, like takes d6, rook bd8. Yeah, this is his idea. But even then, I can put a pawn on d7, right? Unless I'm missing something. Yeah, I know, maybe rook bd8 and then d7, he wants to take and play rook b7, right? This is a point.
d7 played.
Yeah, I think just knight takes d7, bishop d7, rook b7. It might be an idea.
No trick. No. Didn't happen. He played pawn to e4.
I would get rid of this d7 pawn when I had the chance, man. Now maybe like queen f4 and then take rook e4 next.
Yeah. If we learned anything from the old masters, it's that it's a protected pawn on d7 is usually a good thing to have.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty safe statement.
So this might get exciting.
That would be so nice.
You got your wish. Oh, our Twitch chat is political again. Our friend Forget About It is here. He's taking a break from COVID denial to telling us the election is far from over. Knight takes d7 play.
Yeah, queen e2 feels passive.
Knight g5. Nah, but now black is fine. Yeah, knight g5 doesn't look like it's enough to break through.
No, black is fine, probably more than fine, because strategically white is running risks, right? His pawns, h3, h2, g3 pawns, they can, we just made a draw.
Draw great. And forget about saying he's not a COVID denier, though. Sorry if I misrepresented your positions.
But this is it, right? For the Blitz?
I would assume also, yeah, we don't have a new game starting, that this is it for the Blitz, and there will now be a longer break that you guys can use to maybe heat a pizza, get a hot beverage, join Chess24, become a premium member, go to chessable.com/Jan, buy my course. You can use that time in many a productive manner. We will probably play some clips. I will also get some fresh coffee. What will you do, Rustam? Will you bring your kids to bed?
No, I was also actually thinking of maybe eat something, drink something, you know, the usual.
Yeah, things people do. We'll be back in 10-15 minutes with probably more tennis, with more action to come. This match got very, very close, Wesley. So only up one pawn, and the trend, and I don't just mean Lawrence, is not his friend here. So this could go any direction. Thanks for watching. We'll be back soon.
Special bundles with premium membership from Chess24. Super discounts on merchandise. Massive sales on courses from Chessable. Chessable and Chess24 bundles. With new deals appearing every day. Visit chess24.com/deals.
E5. It's E5 Patzers.
A complete repertoire against 1e4 based on 1e5, now available to study with Chessable's unique Move Trainer technology. The backbone is the Marshall Gambit against the Spanish, with 3 Knight f6 against the Italian. Jan Gustafsson has revisited all these lines he has played for 20 years and worked on as a second for Peter Lecko and Magnus Carlsen, amongst others, with the help of the most powerful engines out there, Leela 0 and Stockfish 10. This has led to many new discoveries and a repertoire ready to master on Chessable that can serve the student for a long chess career.
Maybe e4 doesn't exist after all.
E5. It's E5 Patzers.
And queen takes f3. Oh, what is going on? Oh, this is going to be a fortress. I just don't see any hopes at all. This is very easy. Just rook back and forth.
Taking chess to the next level.
Wow. Wow.
Wow, yeah, nothing else to say, wow.
Creating the future of the sport. Introducing the Champions Chess Tour. 10 months, 10 tournaments. The world's best players online and on TV.
Well, we wanted to do a historical top 50 of chess players of sort of all time, and to do that, we are using the statistics by Jeff Sonax, who has created a site called Chess Metrics. We have gotten some help from Frank Hoffmeister, who is a well-renowned chess historian, but then we have still kind of added our own touch. And it's always going to be subjective, and there's no correct answer.
I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you agree with every single ranking, because usually when you publish lists, what could go wrong? Who would disagree with anything? But yeah, it's been fun, and I hope you like it.
time to take control of your journey towards chess mastery. Magnus Carlsen introduces Chessable, the definitive solution for studying chess. Move Trainer uses the science of spaced repetition to identify your strengths and eliminate your weaknesses. There's no need to set up a board, remember which page you're on, or keep track of all the moves you miss. Move Trainer empowers you to go from the opening to the end game with confidence. It's a seamless, effective, and fun way to study chess. Choose from one of the largest online chess libraries in the world, with hundreds of titles ranging from classic books through to our exclusive Chessable courses, including over 100 free courses. Get expert insights from International Master John Bartholomew, Grandmaster Sam Shankland, International Master Christoph Sulecki, Grandmaster Simon Williams, World Champion Magnus Carlsen, and hundreds of other instructors. Get started now and join our growing community of over 100,000 chess enthusiasts at Chessable.com. Chessable, take control of your journey towards chess mastery.
Special bundles with premium membership from Chess24. Super discounts on merchandise. Massive sales on courses from Chessable. Chessable and Chess24 bundles. With new deals appearing every day. Visit chess24.com/deals.
E5, it's E5 Patzers.
A complete repertoire against 1E4 based on 1E5, now available to study with Chessable's unique Move Trainer technology. The backbone is the Marshall Gambit against the Spanish, with 3 Knight F6 against the Italian. Jan Gustafsson has revisited all these lines he has played for 20 years and worked on as a second for Peter Lecko and Magnus Carlsen, amongst others, with the help of the most powerful engines out there, Leela 0 and Stockfish 10. This has led to many new discoveries and a repertoire ready to master on Chessable that can serve the student for a long chess career.
Maybe E4 doesn't exist after all.
E5, it's E5 Patzers.
And queen takes f3. Oh, what is going on? Oh, this is going to be a fortress. I just don't see any hopes at all. This is very easy. Just rook back and forth.
Taking chess to the next level.
Wow. Wow.
Wow, yeah, nothing else to say. Wow.
Creating the future of the sport. Introducing the Champions Chess Tour. 10 months, 10 tournaments. The world's best players online and on TV.
Well, we wanted to do a historical top 50 of chess players of sort of all time, and to do that we are using the statistics by Jeff Sonax, who has created a site called Chess Metrics. We've gotten some help from Frank Hofmeister, who is a well-renowned chess historian, but then we have still kind of added our own touch. And it's always going to be subjective, and there's no correct answer.
I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you agree with every single ranking, because usually when you publish lists, what could go wrong? Who would disagree with anything? But yeah, it's been fun, and I hope you like it.
It's time to take control of your journey towards chess mastery. Magnus Carlsen introduces Chessable, the definitive solution for studying chess. Move Trainer uses the science of spaced repetition to identify your strengths and eliminate your weaknesses. There's no need to set up a board, remember which page you're on, or keep track of all the moves you miss. Move Trainer empowers you to go from the opening to the end game with confidence. It's a seamless, effective, and fun way to study chess. Choose from one of the largest online chess libraries in the world, with hundreds of titles ranging from classic books through to our exclusive Chessable courses, including over 100 free courses. Get expert insights from International Master John Bartholomew, Grandmaster Sam Shankland, International Master Christoph Sulecki, Grandmaster Simon Williams, World Champion Magnus Carlsen, and hundreds of other instructors. Get started now and join our growing community of over 100,000 chess enthusiasts at Chessable.com. Chessable, take control of your journey towards chess mastery.
Welcome back, boys and girls. We are covering the match between Wesley So and Nodirbek Abdusattorov in this first round of the Chess.com Speed Chess Championship, and looked like smooth sailing for Wesley. But Abdusattorov, the young, talented Uzbek, has staged quite a comeback, is now only 1 point behind, and Wesley So has looked shaky over the last couple of games. Now, with the 5+1 portion of the match finished, the players are playing faster time control, 3 minutes plus 1 second per move made. We'll see if Wesley used the break to sort of collect his thoughts and be back at full strength, because he was shaking in these last couple games. C5, D5, C4, we have a sharp Slav defense on the board. Very unbalanced position. White has the 2 bishops and the better pawn structure, but the black pieces do have a lot of dynamic potential and can spring into action given the chance. So it's sharp. Abdusattorov playing quickly, must be feeling a little better about life after staging this comeback in the match. He's only down 5.5, 4.5 after he was down. I know, I keep saying it wrong. 4.5 half early in the match. 9844 is asking, where's Rustam? He will be back. He's probably looking for food. And as he lives in the wilderness, in the middle of nowhere, I don't know if there are any like supermarkets or food delivery systems next to his house. It's very possible he just had to go out and either pick some berries or hunt with his bare hands. Therefore, for Rustam, looking for food might take a little longer. I hope you'll forgive him. As for the position, bishop e3, fe, queen g5. Wesley won a pawn, but at what price? Ruining his formation in the center, weakening his king. This is a very sharp situation. It's also unclear what black should do. Should the king go here, try to seek safety, even at the cost of more pawns? I think he should have, because now he can regain this pawn, but his king remains very vulnerable in the center. Dust Taker saying they hunt for berries. I went out of my way to say to collect some berries or to hunt with his bare hands to avoid such questioning, but it did not work. Hurtful, hurtful. It's a second language. I try to be precise, but it's not enough. It's never enough. Is it enough? For Nodirbek here, he played king e7, rook to f4. Rook f8, I guess. No, he goes queen c5. Both of these guys are very, very solid technical players. And maybe it's just in their blood to, if given the chance, simplify, go for an endgame, to use all their skills. I do not know. Here he takes on d4 even at the expense of repairing white's pawns. That seems a bit excessive to me. Now he's gonna play this endgame a pawn down instead of that sharp position they had earlier. Either it's some genius judgment here that he has enough counterplay, or he does like endgames a little too much for his own good. Abdusattorov is saying, does Jan reading chat? What tipped you off? Me reading out the chat, or what was it? What was your clue? Sorry, I don't know. I guess I can conceal my assholeness better if I'm not alone here. And fortunately, Rustam is back. So now...
Did they already start playing?
Back to Mr. Nice Guy. Yeah, they just started. The first game is in full swing here.
I'm a bit dark. Yeah, I think I'll just switch on some lights.
Don't worry about it. Nightbot is saying Rustam is unavailable at the moment, probably watching Konstantin. Well, Nightbot is sharp.
Do you think I will rewatch Konstantin this year?
Yeah. I would say probably this month.
Very likely.
I was looking for it today because I think it used to be on Netflix or on Amazon Prime by one of the free services, but it was no longer free, and I was not willing to spend €3.99 to continue this conversation.
Oh, wow.
I watched a movie called The Autopsy of Jane Doe instead, which I think is probably a much better movie. But I fell asleep, so I'm not sure. As for the game,
some weird
Wesley's
things are
better
going
now.
on. Yeah.
But your boy Nodirbek, he really likes his endgames, no? In this position, he goes for queen c5, queen d4, and queen takes d4, being a pawn down. Isn't that a bit excessive?
Yeah, I think he's a bit spoiled, playing lesser players than Wesley, that he basically outplays them in any end game.
Right.
So it is a habit with him, man. This must be lost for black, right?
I wouldn't know, but it looks like white has a bit of a head start, no?
Well, but white has passed pawns and black not really, yeah? Not yet.
Yeah. Jeez. This is probably instructive. Yeah, king b7 and then running with the a pawn, which is harder to stop. Well, he can still stop this guy if he so chooses. He does.
He does so choose, yes.
And Wesley back up to +2. Bloomery is asking, how about Queen's Gambit? You missed our Queen's Gambit discussion earlier in the show. Basically, Rustam hasn't seen it yet. I thought it was good, but not as good as Chess Twitter. I think that's a fair representation.
For a second there, I thought you were talking about the opening.
No, what's this opening? Berlin d3, bishop c5, knight c3, knight to d4. Knight c3, bit of a sideline. Knight d4. I don't know. This looks fine for black.
Yeah, I don't think Nodirbek is trying to get an opening advantage here, but just trying to get the game.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to get an opening advantage against Wesley. So if you have meetings with the Uzbek team, how do you distinguish between the Nodirbeks? Do you call them Nodirbek 1 and Nodirbek 2, or do they have nicknames? How do you do it?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it can't be done.
I don't think there is a good way,
Yeah. This looks solid for black, I guess.
This does look very solid, yes. Knight f4, maybe even, yeah.
Dust Taker is telling us to watch Barbarians on Netflix. I started actually. I watched, I think, the first episode. Seemed good. I didn't revisit it yet. But yeah, I didn't mind some Barbarians.
What is it about?
It's about barbarians and their tough decisions if they want to give in to the Roman Empire or fight. At least that's, I think, what happened in the first episode.
Is it about Conan? That's the only barbarian I know.
No. It's no Arnold Schwarzenegger to be seen. I also don't know much about barbarians, so probably that's a good way to learn. I only know in the opening scene of Gladiator, I think the barbarians sort of lose to the Romans, no?
That was a good movie, though.
Yeah. It's no Constantine, but it's solid.
Oh, nothing is quite Constantine. Yeah.
That's very true. It is unique. This knight on e6 should make sure black is always fine, no?
Yeah. I mean, why does get his own knight on e3 as well, right? It should be about equal. Exchange everything, knight e3. And maybe knight d4 is an interesting choice. I thought queen d4, queen a7, trying to exchange queens would be more like it.
Raul Pavar wants to know, what is the secret behind this new generation of Uzbek chess kids?
I think they're good at what they do. Yeah, I think this is the secret.
Drop the fake modesty. The secret is Rustam Kasimdzhanov became FIDE World Chess Champion in the year 2004. And a lot of these kids, even at age 1, they saw, this is something I should aspire to. And here we are, 16 years later, you have a bunch of 15, 16-year-old, very, very strong grandmasters. That's the secret.
Yeah. I must be getting old. Yeah, I already have a legacy.
Must be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us are getting old without a legacy. Yeah? It's even worse.
And somehow Abdusattorov again has a better opening, right? A better endgame. I mean, he can go knight e7, d5, can go d4.
Maybe he is amazingly good in these endgames, yeah? Or it's probably not even a maybe. I like it, just solid grinder. No flashy tactics, no nonsense. Big fan, Nodirbek.
Yeah, if he misses our broadcast, I'll be sure to tell him that.
Please do.
I'll tell him Jan was very impressed.
I'm sure that will be the one piece of affirmation that he's been looking for.
How is black going to save this rook? Knight e7, knight c6. What?
Resigns is the answer.
I find Wesley's approach to his rooks most careless in this match. Already blundered 2 rooks so far, no? It's...
What is this?
This is the game of
Fabi
Fabi
system.
against
Yeah.
Firuza from Norway.
They had this, but Firuza didn't play c5. No, he played something else.
I thought he did c5, f4, takes, knight c6, bishop b5. They got this.
Oh, maybe.
And it's not a stupid system, this 3f3.
Yeah. And especially unannounced, the way Fabi did it, it's seemed to work very well. King
Yeah,
f8.
we rarely announced opening systems.
Sometimes you do, but it still works, no?
Yeah, now this position must be a nightmare, right? With the king on f8.
Horrible, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see a good move for black anymore. I see a lot of bad ones. No, nothing good.
It just looks lost, no? In general, yeah, in the opening. Okay, it's no surprise against Wesley. But yeah, Abdusattorov has been struggling, especially with black against 1e4. Yeah, neither e5 nor his Caro-Kann have been holding up great.
Well, I mean, in Caro-Kann, he was getting the positions where he was refusing to push his pawns. No, gotta push your pawns.
That's actually true, yeah. In this e5, bishop f5, knight f3 lines, he was getting decent positions. Yeah. Scarface asking, when does this show end? They play a total of 3 hours, but there are some breaks, so I would guess now we're 2 hours in. It's an hour 15, hour 20 still left. So overall, it's 90 minutes of 5+1. We have made it past that. 1 hour of 3+1, where we're now, whatever it is, 15, 20 minutes in. And then 30 minutes of 1+1. So still quite some way to go.
Bishop e3, is it strong?
I guess we take it.
Yeah, I can also include knight takes e6 first, right? Why not? Like knight g5 takes e6, f e6, bishop e3.
This bishop is sort of dead, no?
This bishop is very sad, yeah.
Wesley just goes b4 before bishop e3. Now king h1. e5, gotta do something. Probably just c3. Yeah.
Yeah, there is nothing good about black's position.
Yeah. Armin Muradi is saying, can you please make the live board the big one? No, but 98% of the cases, the live board and the big one are identical. We do not move a lot of pieces around on it. But yeah, sorry you find it annoying, Armin. Lol is asking, did Nodirbek turn 16 yet? I do not know.
I think so, yeah. I think his birthday is like in September, I think.
Then he did. 9 nicht for 4 is asking, Rustam, who's your favorite German author? Wow.
Well, of German-speaking authors, I would say Kafka, but he's not really German, is he?
Nah, doesn't count.
Yeah, Dürrenmatt is not German either. Yeah, I guess I haven't read many German.
Is Dürrenmatt Austrian? I have no clue.
Dürrenmatt is Swiss, I think.
Maybe Swiss, yeah. I don't know. Swiss, you're right, of course. Yeah, do we have any authors?
Well, you have
Max Frisch, he's also Swiss, no?
Yeah, now you have some. Yeah, you have Goethe and Lessing and
Hesse. I enjoy my Hesse. Thomas Mann.
Thomas Mann. Yeah,
Schiller.
yeah, you have quite some. Yeah.
Some people wrote some stuff. But Hesse sounds like right up your alley, no? Steppenwolf, that's a Rustam type book.
Yeah, I should definitely start reading this. I know.
Yeah, Steppenwolf is your kind of stuff.
You should take GF, right? GF Rook A7 still.
Shouldn't he resign?
Well, he's still making moves, you know?
Yeah. Bishop G1, I like. Keep everything protected. Then we move our pieces out. Queen B1. Also not bad.
H3, Bishop F8, Rook C7. This knight is difficult to take though, yeah? But it has nowhere to go.
My heavyset wife, that's a username on Twitch, is saying, Michael Ende for me. Which one do you like? Die unendliche Geschichte? I think there's more kids' books, no? Probably Rustam is not as well versed in German kids' literature.
No. I've read Howelf and his fairy tales, but that's about it.
I did not read those.
Those are good fairy tales.
I read some Michael Ende. You're not missing that much, I would guess. Resigns, no, yeah. Rook is a rook.
Which means what? Wesley is back on +2?
Back on track, +2. 9844 is saying, what about Max Frisch? He's Swiss, no? I thought we were discussing German authors. Isn't he Swiss? I think he's Swiss. Pretty sure. Do you read this, what's called in English? In German, it's Die Schachnovelle. I guess The Royal Game or something? Stefan.
The Schachnovelle, yeah. I read it as a kid in Russian. That was an interesting read.
Yeah, I think it's decent. I'm not sure if these personalities exist. It's this very stupid or very uneducated chess world champion, Centrovich, and he gets challenged by this guy who was imprisoned by the Gestapo and kept his sanity with a chess book that he took out of someone's pocket and then playing against himself, which, yeah, that makes sense, but he also gets an incredible chess level in that process that allows him to compete with the world champion.
It must have been a good book, yeah?
Yeah, I think it's just a collection of master games, unannotated.
Also, speaking of good books, why would you go H4 and not H3?
That's a strange segue, but a good question.
Like H3, H4, Queen H2, and then you go F4, keeping your structure. I think H4 is just way too weakening.
Looks like the momentum has shifted back to Wesley, huh?
Yeah, I mean, H4 is just a silly move, yeah? He shouldn't have done it. It's like he's just losing this pawn, right? And there is nothing good about his position.
No.
Bishop G5, takes, that just doesn't give anything. Yeah. Knight takes E3 and Bishop G4, isn't it kind of more bad news? He takes F, takes E3, but again, this is pretty
positional. Agony from here on out, yeah? Pawn down, horrible position. Feggy is asking, Jan, what's your favorite Uzbek author? It's a fair question. I can never quite decide between the poet Mukimi and the satirist, I would describe him, Furkat. It's tough call.
That's a good answer. That's a very good answer.
Yeah, Nodirbek's in trouble here.
Just when I thought he would castle long and finish him off with a kingside attack, he castled short. Yeah.
Both these guys are very technical, but still very lethal styles.
Yeah, there is really nothing to say about this position. Yeah, and just kind of we're just waiting for this game to be over. And it's one of those cases where it might be wiser to resign, yeah, so that he gets more time to win some games.
Yeah, and this format is weird, yeah, because if you're in the lead, you should play out drawn positions, no? Because it's not a number of games, but a certain time is being played. So you can actually try wasting time if you're up. And vice versa. You could, as you say, resign lost positions so that you get more time.
Yeah, it's just one of those positions. It's not only bad, it's also really, really sad. Yeah.
It's really, really bad. And he did resign. Wesley, back in the driver's seat, up 3. Play Like Smyslov is saying, serious question. Can Trent still make GM if you guys coach him? Or if guys coach him, sorry. With Laurent, of course. The secret about Lawrence Trent is that he's a much better chess player than his goofy persona indicates. And I think what he lacks the most is mental resilience. If things go wrong, he puts too much pressure on himself. He thinks he should win every tournament he partakes in, and then he can get down on himself very, very quickly. So, but I do think raw chess strength-wise, he should have been a grandmaster long, long time ago, and his rating of whatever it is, 2360 or wherever he is, does not correspond to his chess ability. But I'm not sure. Probably the coaching he would need is not pure chess coaching, but more, advice on staying stable. What's going on over there? I was just talking shit about our boy Lawrence.
No, I was just getting tea.
Nice.
I was getting tea, and I think my son, he just felt shy when he realized he's live on camera. And
yeah, there's tens of people watching.
Doesn't.
Queen D5.
And Wesley doesn't have a good position, right? I mean,
this line is really going places, yeah? Like everyone's doing it now. It's knight f6 takes ef.
It's a good line.
This being the star move that brought it back, because these g6, however this goes, h4 lines seem to be sort of dangerous. This is h5. It's hanging around. And Abdusattorov with a good position. Pawn up, but mainly safer king. Doing fine.
Where would you put your queen? Queen.
I was just drawing some arrows, b6, I guess. Yeah.
And like g takes h5, and
Now if we go c3 or bishop d5. Yeah, it's not straightforward yet, yeah? c3.
It's not easy because we don't really have the b8 square, right? At least not for free. Queen b6 he did play. And
GH. Now you need a good move. Rook d8, that looks like a slow move.
Looks like a slow move, yeah.
No, you can tell, not that I know better, but that he's a technical player, yeah? He's making technical moves, he's not. I don't think Kasparov plays rook a8 here, like whatever the right.
Yeah, I was wondering, but it's not easy. I was wondering maybe c3 and then bishop a2 check to get that bishop, but I wasn't sure if this is convincing.
Yeah, some sharp stuff, yeah. No, f5, bishop f5, c3.
Yeah.
Telegato is saying, was hilarious when Lawrence crushed several jam in a Chess24 show one after another some month ago. Yeah, including Magnus. No, Lawrence can play a single game. It's dangerous for anybody. Rustam, you've been around Lawrence quite a bit as well, no?
Yes, I have, yes.
What are your thoughts on Lawrence, the man?
No, I mean, he's an old friend, yeah, and but him as a chess player, I think he just, he basically doubles down. If he starts losing, he also doubles down on that. Yeah, it's just this is his main problem.
That's what I meant. Yeah, it's not a chess problem. It's that he doesn't react well to adversity, and it can ruin his whole tournament sometimes. Yeah. I think he also puts too much pressure on himself.
Yeah, no, it's true. This position went from good to bad in just so quickly, right?
Yeah, went from good to bad to ugly.
That was one long movie.
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie, but it's so long.
I enjoyed every second, even the very long rides through the countryside. Yeah, this flipped.
Yeah, he's just winning every game now, right?
That helps, yeah. Michai Albu is saying, hope to see Lawrence back in the commentary room. We'll try to make it happen.
Is he still in Berlin?
Yeah.
I never understood this decision to move from Hamburg to Berlin. It's beyond me.
It's a decision most people in Hamburg usually don't approve of, but I think he did it for love, no?
This is one kind of, sacrifice that you make for love. Some of them are just too big, yeah? Some of the sacrifices.
Yeah. Hamburg City. What is this? Isn't this draw line? Queen e4 check is the draw
Queen
here.
E3 check, yeah. This is a draw.
Queen e3 is a try, or looks like it. Queen c6.
Not Queen g3. And this actually looks like it might get somewhere.
Yeah.
Queen g3, bishop f4 could be pretty sweet.
Or c, knight b5, bishop c5. I guess he still wants queen g3. Castles, bishop h6. But long castles. b4, bishop b3. Who knows?
b4, bishop b6, a5, and maybe bishop. Yeah, bishop e3 looks like a bad move. Yeah, I thought maybe bishop f4, something. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a point. Bishop e3, king b8. He wants to take on c7, right?
Wow, so sharp. This is just winning a pawn and opposite color bishops? Or
I think so, yes.
Okay, would be in their styles, but no, didn't happen. A6 played.
And knight knight e7 and bishop d6 works, right?
Yep. Yeah, looks like something went wrong. Yeah, bishop e3 was maybe slow.
Because white needs a tactical solution, right? I mean, there is nothing good about his position. He needs tactics.
Yeah.
What about queen c7 now? Can it work? Maybe bishop c4 now.
Seems to work, no?
Yeah, nothing works for white in this position.
Yeah.
Took, and yeah, knight c3 is a sign that, you know, things have gone wrong.
Yeah. At least rook d2, he has knight e4. But
yeah, maybe queen b4 first. Maybe just plays h5, h4.
Super solid. G6. Don't touch my pawns, sir.
Maybe knight e4 now makes some sense.
Does look like it makes some sense. Queen b4.
Queen c2, then rook c1. If queen b4, maybe knight g5, some counterplay.
They're both so tight, yeah? Like, their instincts are defensive. H4 played. I can relate, because...
But it's incredible how strong you can get with mainly defensive instincts, right?
All right, so let's talk about important topics. The gyms are closed, Rustam. I need to stay in shape. You're a yoga practitioner, no? Do you think
Yes, I am.
This is the time for me to take it up?
I think this is the time. I myself, I'm trying to do a combination of yoga and then running. So when I get a chance, I go out and run a bit.
I bought some equipment. I have a bench and some weights now. I do enjoy my kettlebell workouts. Kettlebell is a very versatile thing, so I try to do 15 minutes in the morning, swinging my kettlebell around. But I feel I have zero flexibility. And even doing my stupid swings with the kettlebell, my legs aren't built for movement. So will yoga make me more flexible?
Yoga will make you more flexible. Yoga will also make sure that you will not injure yourself with other sport activities.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
How much time? I looked at, I think you told me about yoga with Adrian.
Yes.
How much time do I need for like a session? I just switch on the video and I do what she does, just worse.
Yes, basically that's it. Yeah. I mean, a normal session is like a full yoga class would be about 1 hour.
Oof, it's a lot of time.
It's a lot of time, but there are a lot of videos out there that are like between 20 and 30 minutes.
That's more my speed.
Yeah, where you still get, you know, proper workout, a proper yoga, and it works. And if you feel like after 20 minutes you need a bit more, then you just, you know, click on another video and do another 20 minutes. It's a perfect world.
I'll give it a try and report back.
Sounds good.
Because we should mention, I'm not sure if this is official, but we're in talks, let's say, in advanced talks, that you might actually come to Hamburg if, of course, conditions allow it, end of this month to cover another tournament.
I am looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm also looking forward to it. but I hope that I can then pick your brain about all the yoga process in person, because I feel the people will also enjoy it if there's a lot of yoga talk on the show.
No, I'm very happy about yoga.
Do you do the hot yoga, or what used to be called Bikram yoga?
No, I never did that. I did what Adrian had to offer, and I did some Ashtanga, some Kundalini, but never the hot yoga. I'm not one for hot rooms.
I have no idea. I just noticed it's a big thing. There's a lot of hot yoga studios in Hamburg, I think.
I think the point is that they have a room which is like 40 degrees.
Yeah.
And then they make yoga there, so as to make you really sweat. But okay, it doesn't sound.
So it's
fun
like
to me.
combining yoga and sauna.
Yeah, something like this. Yeah.
Yep is saying, Jan, we have a bitter fight. Who's your largest fan? Some seem to be basketball players. Fake news. Sad. Can you pass a verdict to end this charade? Well, Yep did send me a beautiful drawing of myself that I've shamelessly used wherever I could use it, in all my profiles, on my Rocket Beans show, anywhere. So until someone sends me a better drawing, Yep remains firmly in the #1 fan position, no matter how tall everybody else is. There you go.
Is F5
Wesley.
really a move?
Wesley just keeps crashing now. The wheels are off.
Wesley won a lot of games. Yeah, I even lost count.
It's up +5 now, I think. 10.5, 5.5, something like that. Yeah. And this position, once again, looks somewhat unpleasant. No, I guess you go to F8 and hope for the best. Taking F7. Maybe it's not too bad.
Now, this endgame is probably just a bit worse, right? He'll take his bishop and he'll play C3, King C2, I guess. I like King E2.
I enjoy this line because it looks so dumb.
Yeah, this line, I never even knew it existed until, like Fabi showed it to me.
It's sort of a new thing. No, I'm sure people played it, but I think Anish started playing it like a year ago or whenever that was. Yeah. It's not as silly as it looks, as usual. F5 is pushing it. Wesley really going through all the lines in the Caro-Kann.
Yeah, but now did he blunder a pawn? I mean, black could take on B2, right? I don't understand.
Rook B1, what's your trick? Sorry.
Bishop F6.
Ah.
It's one of those
Probably
simple
blunder.
tricks.
They are humans, after all.
No, this they are. It's a very good approach, you play the game, you see a pawn hanging, you take it, and I think this is kind of good.
Do you do meditation as well?
Well, I do, but not as much as I would like to. In general, I just feel I don't have enough time in a day. A lot of people complain in all these lockdowns that we have. You should have more time, but somehow you end up having less time than otherwise.
Yeah, I have
right?
less for sure.
I think somebody's stealing our time.
No, also, if you're at home all the time, it feels like you have more time. But there's also like other members of your family that are hard to completely ignore. No, while if you go somewhere, usually you can get away with ignoring them and calling 5 minutes per day.
Maybe that's it, yeah.
No, it's shameful, but my TV intake has gone down during the pandemic. You would think this is the time to finally watch everything there is. Hasn't worked at all.
Well, there is also very little, there is very little new, right? Because they haven't been filming a lot.
Yeah, that's true as well. But there must be some old stuff we haven't seen. No?
There must be. I don't know what that would be, but there must be something out there.
Did you watch The Boys?
No.
I can recommend The Boys. It's an Amazon series.
I still have so much of really good stuff to watch in my life. So much. Like Sopranos and The Wire and whatnot. Yeah.
That's the thing with you, as discussed earlier. The time you spent watching that one season of Family Guy 28 times, other people used to finish, a bunch of series. Hang on, people are offering free stuff. Nein, nicht for fear, saying, I'm not good at drawing, but I could make you a theme song, Jan. Would that be enough to surpass Yep, Yep, Yippen? I can't promise that. Of course, it would depend on the quality of the song. But by all means, I want one. Sounds tempting. Yep, Yep, Yippen is saying, The Boys rules, but everything written by Garth Ennis does. Personally, I do not enjoy... no, sorry, I was thinking of Garth Brooks. I have no clues. Garth Ennis did the comics? I don't know much. Wesley is winning another game here.
Well, winning probably, yeah. Still takes some work, yeah. His king is a bit in danger.
Yeah, well, he's gonna win. Spencer Perrier is saying, watch Deadwood. Only 3 seasons and best show ever. I wouldn't say best show ever. That's good. You would enjoy it. It's a Rustam type show as well.
Yeah, so much out there, right?
Yeah, but that's why we're trying to help you how to use your time productively.
Much appreciated.
Now the king gets to run free. He goes this way.
He goes to rook f2, yeah? Just rook g to rook f2.
Yep. I'm saying Garth Ennis also wrote Preacher. I tried watching that. I wasn't into it, but I heard the comic books are great. Nah, just gonna lose another one. This is it.
Is this one of the last 3-minute games?
Should be. No, when did they start?
They played 1 hour of it. No, they started at like 45
They
minutes.
started 6, then there was like a 15-minute break, 1945, so they have 15 minutes left of it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Yeah. That is correct, yeah.
$40 minutes left, yeah. Sorry, here's the new game. Wesley won that last one. And the score, well, it's getting ugly again.
Yeah, actually, like having no openings is probably a drawback, right, in this format. Like he needs to pose problems to Wesley, but he really can't, can he, with his openings?
Yeah, but I think that is the case for pretty much every, let's say, 2650 player who's not a member of these top circles. No, if you have someone who plays at Berlin and knows it, how's he gonna pose problems? No, it's just not happening, I guess.
Well, there are possibilities, right? Like Maxim playing a match, for instance, against Wesley would play the endgame every time and would come up with novelties on move 27 and would kind of annoy him a lot, right? There are ways to pose problems. But
Maxim is also not exactly 2650. And
that's
the Berlin
true.
endgame is literally the only opening he studies. No.
Maxim, he likes his openings. Whatever it is that he's playing now, he likes it. He likes it a lot. At some point, there was also some position in the Italian that he played like 17 games in a row, and I thought, like, how do you do this?
Sorry, I have breaking news for you, Rustam. Garth Ennis, previously discussed, the guy who wrote The Boys, the show I just recommended. Guess what else he wrote?
What did he write?
He wrote the comic book for Constantine.
Wow, now you're talking, yeah. Now you're talking. Now this is some high quality stuff.
The position seems, I don't know, equal as usual.
I mean, f5, yeah, white. I was just gonna say white will run into some trouble after f5, and then the computer didn't like this move.
Silly computers.
Maybe he could have included bishop c4 check before going rook a d1. I think this would kind of be
Then the
sensible.
queen is a bit short on squares here. Queen 7, bishop c5. He missed it. He goes b3, hoping for bishop c4, but fe4 opens a way back for this bishop to parry the check. Or parry the pin, I should say. So what's going on in your life now since you're back from Norway? What do you do? Do you work for Fabi? Do you teach online students? Do you write your memoirs? What are you up to?
Well, not the memoirs. But yeah, I mean, I do work with Fabi a little bit, and I also have some other students. And you know, the days they go by so quickly.
Yeah.
Like I wake up in the morning, I drive my kid to school, and then, you know, I go for a jog, I have breakfast, and it's already like 11, and I don't even understand where my hours went.
Oh, I'm not even awake by 11, but I understand the notion. Kidding. I have little kids. Wake up early.
I think never before did I feel this quite so acutely, this inexorable ticking of the clock.
I don't know. I've been feeling it since my early 20s.
There are a lot of people complain, yeah, that in a lockdown they're less productive than you'd think, right? Everybody thought that, you know, they suddenly have all this time on their hands, and it doesn't really quite work this way.
No, but that's also what I hear from a lot of people, especially, I guess, the ones with families that, yeah, there's not a lot of Netflixing going on, no? It's just, just busy times. Although, of course, it should be said that we're very privileged to not lose our job or our livelihood or our restaurant or whatever over this, but can keep doing our little chess nonsense from our working rooms.
Yeah, that is quite something. Queen e7, he always finds a way to get an endgame, right?
Yeah, this is a bit of a theme. Yep is saying random pop culture things are important to keep one's sanity because the real world is not much fun right now, for sure. And people were implying that we're wasting Rustam's time here by throwing random pop culture facts at him. Trust me, the fact that the Boys guy wrote Constantine was big news for Rustam. We're not wasting his time.
I mean, if a sentence has Constantine in it, we're not wasting time.
This is one of your weirder obsessions. I'm okay with the David Lynch stuff. You're not alone and so on and so forth. But Constantine, the fan club is literally you, right? Like even Keanu Reeves' family doesn't acknowledge that movie.
Well, I mean, Keanu Reeves has been in worse movies, I assure you.
Nah, don't hate on Johnny Mnemonic.
Have you seen The Neon Demon?
The Neon Demon? No,
Yes.
doesn't ring a bell.
Well, there is a movie called The Neon Demon, and it is a terrible movie. And the most annoying thing about this movie is that for some reason Keanu Reeves is in it.
Let me Google. The Neon Demon 2016. Wow, it's recent. Much better reviews than Constantine, though. It's Nicholas Winding Refn. How bad can it be? It's probably still
Neon Demon is
That's the guy who did Drive.
Yeah, it's absolutely disgusting.
Place Beyond the Pines, no?
No, those movies are decent movies. Yeah, Place Beyond the Pines is actually a great movie, but
very good.
Neon Demon is.
There's a question in the chat. Is Constantine really this good? The simple answer is no. That's why it's so fascinating that Rustam is so obsessed with it. 94 is Nodirbek losing a pawn here?
Well, maybe he thought he would go knight e4, but then knight takes f5, knight f2, king e2, knight h1, knight g7, and I don't think black knight will come out.
Are we still allowed to castle?
Alive.
Where are you?
Yeah, you will castle and then knight g7, knight h1 is actually a different story. Yeah, you might be right.
Probably we can grab something on knight e7, rook f1 or whatever.
No, in general, it looks like black is in some sort of trouble.
Yeah. And this whole approach is g6, f5. I don't know. Doesn't feel right.
Yeah, it feels positionally a bit rotten, yeah. And they actually got this position, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a feeling that that Abdusattorov is actually like on some sort of tilt. I don't think it's helpful.
I'm not sure what's happening on Twitch, but it sounds like we got stuff from Feggy. I enjoy getting stuff. Feggy saying, I sacrificed 2,000 channel points for this comment. Thank you, Jan and Rustam. Thanks, Feggy. I guess. Thank you.
I don't know what this means.
No, like I was gonna ask you for help, but you're even less at home in the Twitch world than I am, right?
Mm-hmm.
When will you start your digital offensive? When is the Rustam Kasimdzhanov TikTok account coming?
Well, most importantly, I should get an internet connection in my village.
That's a start, yeah.
That's a start, yeah. Once I have that, and the date for this is being pushed back like all the time, then I will think about it. I mean, right now I am online, but it's a mobile internet connection.
It's holding up though, no? This was also a test because we know that your internet could be shaky, but it seems to be sort of working, no?
It is sort of working, yeah. I'm surprised myself.
But yeah, Germany, get the internet thing together. Whenever I'm in Thailand, I buy this card at the airport for 12 euros and I have 50 gigabyte of high-speed internet wherever I move around. During my stay, there's always 20 good wireless networks. Why can't we have it in Germany? What's going on here?
Well, we have a very decent internet connection everywhere, but just not in villages, yeah. And villages where I live. But okay, one day.
Maybe it's a blessing.
It's not really a blessing.
Kids have to read books and stuff, yeah, because the internet is so slow.
No. My internet is fine. We just have a limit. It's a very strange world where you have like metered internet.
But that's because you only pay €9.99 per month, no? Like,
no, it's not that. It's not possible to get a lot of mobile internet. And also, you know, when the weather is bad and it's raining, it just stops working. So it's tricky. It's you have to make do. I was very surprised when, you know, last time I went to Hamburg, I ran a test in my hotel room And it turned out that, a random hotel room in Hamburg had internet like 10 times faster than I have at home. I was sort of, envious.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be like this. Is this winning?
The computer bar says so.
B4, King F7, and G5, right?
Looks like the end to some classic Rubinstein game or something.
Yeah, G5 and then take, and I have King E7, King E5, and if King G7.
Oh, is this winning?
It's not winning, yeah. It's not winning.
B3, King F7, King E4, he's just maneuvering. Yeah? Mikhail Albu is asking, where is Rustam located? Rustam is in a village somewhere between Cologne and Bonn and nowhere.
That is a correct description of my place, actually. Yes. Yeah,
what's your area called? That's not the Eifel where you are, right?
No, I am in Rhein-Sieg-Kreis.
Is the Eifel nearby, or is it the other direction from Köln?
Eifel is not around here, no. This is like Rhein-Sieg-Kreis, Oberbergisches and all this, yeah. Basically, it's a big forest and different names of different villages built in a forest.
Does sound nice. Except for the internet.
One day.
And Nodirbek is surviving this one, yeah? Once again, one has to count, but it feels like he's in time for all this stuff. King F5, King G7, King E5, King H6, and so on and so forth. Looks like draw.
Yeah. King G7. At some point, the King G7, the bar jumped. Yeah, it was H6 check winning.
Yeah.
Like move 57. Yeah, it suddenly jumped.
Holzacker saying still didn't get the valuable mug. I heard some mug story. I'm not sure that applies to your mug. I do know that I signed one and then something happened during the burning process. I don't know. I'll look into the overall mug situation. But it's lockdown. That's our excuse for everything. Nicht for Fear saying, what? Rustam lives near Cologne. I'm coming over. There you go.
Yeah, we'll have open house on Tuesdays, yeah.
Absolutely. Do you still have the Uzbek paparazzi camping outside your house?
No. I was playing hard to get with Uzbek paparazzis for many years, and at some point they stopped trying. And then I began wondering, maybe I overplayed my hand a bit.
Now you missed them, yeah?
Yeah, I missed them.
All right, this is the end of the 3+1 portion of that match. There's still going to be half an hour of bullet. Abdusattorov needs a miracle, to say the least, to come back. Wesley is up, what, +5? Can we have the score? It's pretty hopeless at this point. For Nodirbek, what is that? It's +6, yeah? 12.5, 6.5. But we will stick around for that extra half hour. There now is a 5-minute break. At least we'll take one. We'll show you some exciting clips and be back after that. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Rustam, for sticking around. See you guys in 5 minutes.
See you.
Special bundles with premium membership from Chess24. Super discounts on merchandise. Massive sales on courses from Chessable. Chessable and Chess24 bundles. With new deals appearing every day. Visit chess24.com/deals.
E5, it's E5 Patzers.
A complete repertoire against 1 E4 based on 1 E5, now available to study with Chessable's unique Move Trainer technology. The backbone is the Marshall Gambit against the Spanish, with 3 Knight F6 against the Italian. Jan Gustafsson has revisited all these lines he has played for 20 years and worked on as a second for Peter Lecko and Magnus Carlsen, amongst others, with the help of the most powerful engines out there, Leela 0 and Stockfish 10. This has led to many new discoveries and a repertoire ready to master on Chessable that can serve the student for a long chess career.
Maybe E4 doesn't exist after all.
E5, it's E5 Patzers.
And queen takes f3. Oh, what is going on? Oh, this is going to be a fortress. I just don't see any hopes at all. This is very easy. Just rook back and forth.
Taking chess to the next level.
Wow. Wow.
Wow, yeah, nothing else to say. Wow.
Creating the future of the sport. Introducing the Champions Chess Tour. 10 months, 10 tournaments. The world's best players online and on TV.
Well, we wanted to do a historical top 50 of chess players of sort of all time, and to do that, we are using the statistics by Jeff Sonax, who has created a site called Chess Metrics. We've gotten some help from Frank Hoffmeister, who is a well-renowned chess historian, but then we have still kind of added our own touch. And it's always going to be subjective, and there's no correct answer.
I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you agree with every single ranking, because usually when you publish lists, what could go wrong? Who would disagree with anything? But yeah, it's been fun, and I hope you like it.
It's time to take control of your journey towards chess mastery. Magnus Carlsen introduces Chessable, the definitive solution for studying chess. Move Trainer uses the science of spaced repetition to identify your strengths and eliminate your weaknesses. There's no need to set up a board, remember which page you're on, or keep track of all the moves you miss. Move Trainer empowers you to go from the opening to the end game with confidence. It's a seamless, effective, and fun way to study chess. Choose from one of the largest online chess libraries in the world, with hundreds of titles ranging from classic books through to our exclusive Chessable courses, including over 100 free courses. Get expert insights from International Master John Bartholomew, Grandmaster Sam Shankland, International Master Christoph Silecki, Grandmaster Simon Williams, World Champion Magnus Carlsen, and hundreds of other instructors. Get started now and join our growing community of over 100,000 chess enthusiasts at Chessable.com. Chessable, take control of your journey towards chess mastery.
Welcome back, everybody. We are awaiting the final stage of the Wesley So versus Nodirbek Abdusattorov match, which was a strange match. Wesley started dominating, then Abdusattorov staged a comeback, got within 1 point, but then he collapsed in the 3+1 hour that we just saw and is now 6 points behind going into the last half hour. of bullet, which even mathematically is probably sort of tough. 1 + 1, I don't know how long a game takes. 3 minutes, 3.5. So
you have to win all the games, basically, right?
Yeah. Gonna be tough. There was a question to talk about chess somewhere around here. If h6 check was winning.
Yeah, king f7, king f5. Yeah, white wins a lot of time like this.
Let's count though. If we go here, here. This wins. I'm sure someone has some bearsche Regel and could have done this quicker. I like to make all the moves. So, was this winning or?
I mean, I don't see any move for black. Yeah.
None of this is any quicker. No, it's always the same. Yeah. Yeah, looks like. Well spotted. Hammerhead88 is asking, how do you coach elite grandmasters? I mean, what exactly are the training routines?
You basically make sure that they work, right?
Yeah.
And to keep them motivated, you keep bringing them coffee. That's very important.
You make it sound like you're joking, but there's a lot of truth in that, no? They need someone around to say, stop watching horror movies, stop playing Among Us, and put some random chess position on the board. And then brings coffee, no?
I think I've never had to do commentary on a bullet game before.
Are you enjoying the process so far?
I'm just not that fast. Yeah, just things are happening so quickly.
Yeah. The thing is, stakes are no longer that high because Wesley basically won the match. They keep debating this line with h4, queen e6, g3, and Wesley somewhat surprisingly deviates with f6 here because d6 is the theoretically acclaimed move. Probably was unhappy with how that first game went here after c4. Yeah, surprised me, but f6, if memory serves, was also supposed to equalize. And now they have one of these endgames where white has the better structure, black has good pieces, so black is probably fine. Has to be precise, no? Knight h5 I like. Computer didn't like knight h5.
Yeah, knight d5 looks very natural, and this can get dangerous for black. And now rook takes e8 and rook d5. Yeah, this looks bad for black.
Yeah, this he has not handled well, actually. Some drawing chances, but ugh.
Yeah, sooner or later you have to take this pawn. Rook f7 and rook h3. Maybe, no, he defended his pawn like this, yeah?
Looks a bit passive, but now the pawns start moving.
Rook h2, h5, king c8 or king c6, king d7.
He didn't play king d7, I give the check first. How the king will come. Looks like he's drawing this, no?
These pawns are not going anywhere, right?
No. No, you even have time for, I don't know, c6, d5, or however you want to organize counterplay. He takes on b3.
That's greedy, yeah. You just took it.
Sort of cool, yeah? You don't have a threat, sir. I will now queen my a pawn. Yeah, it's probably not wrong.
Yeah, f8 is some sort of an emergency break, but maybe too little too late.
At least he's not winning. d5, that was still a check. Is this actually lost? King e5?
Yeah, rook d4. This is lost as a rule, actually, yeah. He really shouldn't have lost this rook endgame, right?
Yeah, that's a tough one. Idle Strategist saying, I booked my first chess coaching session for this evening at Chess24. Hang in there, Idle Strategist. Hope you enjoy it. Trier wants to know, Rustam, do you still give tactics to professionals, or is everything primarily opening training?
I think you try to give everything, right? They have to be able to see tactics. I also try to give endings, but like Fabi, he hates his theoretical endings, so I really have to kind of force him. Not easy.
Yeah. Generally, people are different, no? Like one guy will enjoy solving tactics, the other will enjoy endgame work.
Yeah. For instance, I once asked Maxime, and he was like, well, I'm always ready to work if it's an endgame.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is not everybody's approach, right? For Fabi, it's more like, yeah, openings, he's always ready, and games you have to sort of to bring him another coffee.
Yeah. Is Fabi a big coffee drinker?
He's more, he likes latte macchiato,
Nice.
these big milky drinks, he likes them. And he does enjoy his tea.
That sounds like your influence, no?
Maybe.
What's going on here? This is another random Caro-Can, Queen C7, bit of a waiting move here. E5, they often do this after waiting moves.
White lost the pawn somehow.
This pawn, he just didn't keep it, yeah? He just gave it, got taken. And since they always go for an endgame, no matter what the position, now it's a bad endgame for Wesley.
Yeah, this is one of the few ones in this match. Bishop c7 is weird, right? I mean, you could just keep your pawn as bishop takes d4. Now you have to defend on e6 somehow.
Also, a bit transparent. No, he's not going to miss the discovered check. No matter what time control.
You could just take on d4, yeah, and then you'd be in control.
Well, now, yeah. White is back in business. Nine for fear saying, if that's what it is, I want a chess coach as well. What do you mean, like coffees? Teas?
You might discover that it's a pretty expensive cup of coffee, if coffee is what you're going for.
Yeah. Although, if you get like a nice coffee, like a flat white, a latte macchiato, it's probably worth it. IMALP is saying, also here you can wait for a Two-Stame-Situation. No, only in the German shows. In English, just sounds strange. Doesn't roll off the tongue like in German. But as you guys know, Rustam lives in Germany, is fluent in German. Our next show might very well be in the beautiful language of German. These pawns keep rolling.
Yeah, there is nothing good about Black's position. I mean, his speed is prodigious, but that's about it, yeah? Rook b5 was made.
Rook b5, I would have gone rook b5, but rook f3 forced resignation, so it's not a mistake. Yep, the match is now officially over. I herewith call it for Wesley. So, and of course, Nodirbek could challenge that in the courts, but I do not think his chances for success there would be very high. Still, you do not concede in this format. They will just play until the end.
Yeah. I mean, at some point you'll have to concede, right?
I'm not sure if you have to. Probably. How does it work in this format, though? Do you type GGO in the chat, or how do you do it? Or do you give a touching speech? I would like to congratulate Congressman. So he ran a strong campaign, and now it's about uniting the chess. We wish him luck, and we'll make sure to have a smooth transition into the second round of this event.
Well, I mean, if you wanted to unite the chess world, maybe Wesley So is one of your better people to do it.
For sure.
Everybody loves him. Bishop takes c4, yes.
Some crazy tactics. Takes, and now rook e1 check after bc, picking up the bishop, or after knight c4. You could take directly, but Wesley gives a check first, takes with the rook. He won a pawn, and also has the better position. So more carnage.
It's a bit surprising he didn't take a chance to take on f2 with check, right? After king h2, he could go knight g4 check, knight f2 check, but I guess his position is good enough as it is.
There's a question. Can Chibureki be found in Germany? I don't know what Chibureki is. Sorry. Do you know, Rustam?
Chibureki is kind of food.
What kind of food?
It's some sort of food, some sort of like Soviet Union kind of food, something I haven't had in 30 years. And yeah, I guess you can find it in Germany.
Sounds like you didn't miss it much, no?
No, not too much.
This is over yet again. Bishop c3, knight d2, b3, b2, b1. In that order.
Yeah, good at this.
So we'll convert from here. Wow, b3, showing off. Bishop a5? No, he's done showing off. Telegatos is saying, well, there is at least one chess player who does not love Wesley. Hashtag drama.
I cannot think of one.
Nope, me neither.
He's actually a freshly crowned US champion, right? He won the online US championship.
Did. Wow, is this a well-known trick or something? Bishop h6?
In similar lines for sure. I don't know this exact line.
Looks like they both know this stuff, yeah?
Queen d2.
Is this a line? e5 here? Wow. Now I've seen the position actually. This is not transposing. Nodirbek, he's coming up with the trick lines. But Wesley with the lead is probably fine, just making a draw, clinching the match.
He will think for 25 seconds to kill time.
Let your time run down to 1 second, then give the perpetual. See, he's cunning.
He doesn't have to be. He's leading like +8. He really doesn't have to be.
Yeah, he just wants to make extra sure to waste as much time as possible here because of his lead.
Beautiful.
Force a draw 34 saying Akobian and Tigran Petrosian. He thinks they don't like Wesley as much. I don't know.
Oh, that's possible. Yeah, I don't think he's a fan of them either nowadays. Yeah,
could be.
Chess world is not just sun and sunshine, smiles and sunshine.
Spirit Tapper is saying, Jan, my teacher, the octopus. Watch it on Netflix. It does sound intriguing. My teacher, the octopus. What could you learn from an octopus?
The advantage of having many hands.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but it's not a skill that you can acquire and then use in your life, no? Having 8 arms.
Difficult, yeah.
I don't see it. Where do you stand on dolphins?
I don't have an opinion. Why?
Wow. Because I'm not a fan. I think they're evil.
Yeah, I've actually read some articles on this that that they are actually like bad people.
Yeah, they're properly bad people.
And I hear that, like, amongst the aquatic community, they have a bad reputation.
Rightly so.
Other fish and other inhabitants of the oceans, they kind of don't like them.
No, fish, of course, know that they're evil. But as humans, because of their smiley faces, we fall for their shenanigans. Yeah, like where we think of sharks as evil, which is why we killed like 100 million sharks over the last years, while sharks killed 5 humans. So the balance is sort of broken up there. Well, dolphins, oh, you're smiling, you have these cute teeth. We make sure that we catch our tuna without hurting you. I'm not a fan. I only buy tuna that was not caught in a dolphin-friendly manner.
Are you trying to tell us we should kill more dolphins? Is this really what you're saying?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, do your own research. Don't trust everything that you're being told by Big Dolphin. Go to ihatedolphinsblogspot.com and, have a look around. Build your own opinion. That's all I'm saying.
You see, Wesley is getting mated, right? Like all of a sudden.
Don't be a dolphin sheep.
Rook G7 and Rook E7. Rook G7 and Rook F8. Yes, you cannot prevent this.
Yeah.
And now Rook E7. Beautiful.
Spirit Tapper is saying he goes out and films with an octopus for a year straight. If that octopus catches a dolphin or 2, I'm on board. I caught a lot of octopodes in my day.
That's a proper plural for octopus.
Octopuses is okay. I think octopodes might actually be wrong, but pretentious. Octopi is disputed. Let me Google it, because I always forget. I know that octopuses is okay, actually, but it sounds stupid.
Yeah, Wesley is now playing queen down, yeah? It's very professional in this format.
Yeah, he's not taking any chances. Just trying to make sure that enough time gets off the clock.
That was 1 second, still king h7, yeah? We'll give him another second. Yeah, nice.
Good job. Ninik for Fear saying foxes are criminally underrated, though. They are surely in the top 5 animals. I have no beef with foxes.
I see quite a lot of foxes in the forest around my village.
Did you ever have any trouble, or are you guys friendly?
No, not with foxes, but they say there are also wolves in these forests. I haven't seen any wolves, but they say there are some. Yeah, I don't want to find out.
Yeah, I've had a healthy respect for wolves ever since I was a little kid, mainly because most German fairy tales include evil wolves. They hunt in packs, though, so a single wolf is not going to do you much damage, no?
No, I mean, they would never hunt me, but if I, had the misfortune of crossing its path, then,
No, but I'm saying if you cross the path of one wolf, you're still good. Wesley. Okay, doesn't matter. He's bringing this ship home, not in a spectacular manner, but very professionally, playing the games till the end, playing end games, playing slowly. So there's nothing Nodirbek can do to turn the score around. But he's fighting back in this 1 minute portion. As for this end game, I guess it's roughly equal now. Yeah.
things are happening just so fast.
Yep. Are you familiar with Red Riding Hood?
Yes, I am.
Because people have a lot of sympathy for Red Riding Hood, right?
I really haven't given it much thought. I always had a sympathy with the wolf because I thought, they kind of didn't treat it well at the end. Yeah,
Yeah, there's that. But also, she's usually portrayed as, I think, a cute, sharp little girl. But she did confuse her grandmother with a wolf. How similar can they look? So I never got that. As for this position, Wesley's doing well, probably winning now. Probably professionally repeating moves he wants.
Yeah, he wants to make it a long game. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really taking this to extremes. Relax, Wesley, you won the match.
It's not the first year, right, that they play this format.
No, I think it's been around for a while.
Mm-hmm. Maybe Wesley by now has all the tricks in the book,
Yeah. This is it's becoming the Wesley show. So we're approaching the end of this match. Rustam, do you have any parting thoughts for our viewers out there who are probably sitting at home, who want to improve their chess, improve their life? What's your advice?
Yeah, I think watching this show with commentary is already a good start, right?
I don't know. Generally, people feel we're not talking enough about chess.
Now, I've heard a lot of feedback about how great it is that we don't only talk chess.
It's hard to please everyone. For me, yeah, I have a tendency to drift away from the chess, obviously. But yeah, I've enjoyed it. So thanks for stopping by.
Me too. I'm looking forward to hopefully, Hamburg and some more commentary.
Yeah.
It's actually fun.
Wesley, in the meantime, has won another game. This pawn could not really be stopped anymore. F5, knight g6, or the direct knight g6. Queening, so his lead is now what, 9 points? 17-8. Did he play knight e7? Oh, no. I enjoy this move, knight e7 in this position.
It's not a bad move, right? I once looked at it. It's not a bad move.
And you set a cunning trap that this can't be taken because of c6, bishop anywhere. Queen a5 check, picking up the knight. And if they don't fall for it, you can still go knight g6, c6. It's not horrible. I thought that's what he had done, but it turns out he did it here. Same idea, actually, but in a somewhat better version with this bishop already out. But the point remains the same. You can't take because of c6, queen a5. He knows his stuff, Mr. Wesley.
Mm-hmm.
Just as I praise him for knowing his stuff, did he drop a pawn?
Yeah, he dropped a pawn, but I don't think he cares too much anymore.
No, it's over.
And this position still looks unclear, for all practical purposes.
Yeah.
Like knight e5 and no knight.
Yeah.
I thought knight e5, knight g4 was kind of bad news for white.
Even this. Take on e3.
Yeah, that's probably what he'll do.
Yeah, we know their style by now.
Yeah, this turned ugly for white so quickly. G5, rook d7.
Roundery is saying, I hope Nodirbek isn't deflated in his confidence as a chess player after such a loss, because he's actually a pretty good player. I don't think he is. I think it's a good learning experience to see how good and especially how well prepared guys like Wesley So are, because that's been a big problem for him in this match. He can't ask any questions with white, and well, with black it's been more mixed, but he's been under pressure quite a bit. And might motivate him to work even harder.
No, he should really work on his openings. I don't think he does. I mean, it's a problem for many young players. It was a problem for me when I was 16 as well.
Yeah. I've had all the other problems. That problem, I didn't have very much. But nowadays, don't you think it's easier to get your openings in order? You just watch whatever, any video series, any Chessable course, or there are many sources you can get knowledge quickly, even if you don't want to work on it. While playing skills last, no?
No, you still need some sort of a discipline of working on your openings. And I think a lot of young players just miss it. They never felt it was necessary, and at some point they learn it. Yeah, he will get into super tournaments, they will teach him a few lessons, and then he will have to start working.
But you think he can get into super tournaments without working?
He will get into super tournaments, yes, and then at some point he will start suffering. Usually happens, you know, you start playing against Magnus and Fabi, and they make your life difficult.
Wesley also making life difficult here, putting a knight on d5. Very classical stuff. Chipping away. Okay, 5, another typical move. c5, question mark. Yep, and he does it.
Yeah, it's an endgame that white can play forever, right?
Yeah.
Maybe f3, maybe knight f2 after some point.
Should be in line with Wesley's match strategy to make every game last 8 minutes now, no? f4, tactics. EF knight f4, winning a pawn. This you also cannot recapture.
This match didn't work out for Abdusattorov, like not even a little bit. Yeah. He had a bright phase, yeah, when he won like 3 or 4 games.
Yeah. Tickle Attack is saying, please explain, who is this Nodirbek guy? Nodirbek Abdusattorov is a 16-year-old grandmaster from Uzbekistan who is already tremendously strong, way past 2600. And I'm not sure where he is in the list of strongest junior players in the world, but he's not going to be low on that list. Let me look it up. Certainly one of the guys that we will hear a lot from in the future. He's the number 8 under 20 player in the world, but he's only 16, just turned 16, born in 2004, with a rating of 2627. So, yeah, remember the name. But he is going to lose this match against the more experienced, established world-class player, Wesley So, the man from the Philippines who's been living in the USA for a long time now, representing the USA too. This game is over. I'm not sure if Wesley lost on time.
I think Wesley lost on time. Yeah.
Resign.
Because knight c5 check draws, right? Or, yeah. So he probably did lose on time, and it might be one of the last games that we had, right?
I think we are approaching the end.
We've seen this position, right? Or something similar, like 2 hours ago.
Was it the
One of the
same?
first blitz
95,
games.
I think, was this exact position, no? This
But then-
deviation.
Yeah, he took with a knight now. Yeah, now it's a bit different. Yeah.
Still looks bad, though.
Have you ever played Nodirbek?
Yeah. I should have stuck with it, but yeah, when I was like 16, I played quite a bit of Nodirbek.
Yeah, this is one of my regrets that I haven't really played so much Nodirbek, not as much as I would like.
Also, I'm not sure how it is for you, obviously. You became much stronger, but for me, it would have helped if someone had told my 16-year-old self, or ideally my 14-year-old self, you idiot, stop playing e4, g6 and d4, g6 and Chigorin or whatever nonsense you're playing. Play some real openings, like be it the Nodirbek, be it e4, e5. But I lost a lot of time with that stuff, which I'm not sure helps that much because I was reducing myself, limiting myself to very limited structures with this g6 I was playing.
Of course.
Didn't help me.
No, I told my students, don't waste your time playing bad openings, play good openings.
Yep, couldn't agree more. Which opening is not that crucial? I think, Nodirbek is excellent because you get so many different positions. As you mentioned, I think e4, e5, you also have a wide array of positions and sound choices. It's mainly don't stick to whatever nonsense you're doing, even because I knew this wasn't a great opening. It's just what I was always doing, so I was comfortable with it. And another loss for Wesley, who's, crawling to the finish line here. But it really doesn't matter.
So this was the last game, right? Abdusattorov won last two, but the whole match will be a bitter experience for him nonetheless, right?
I don't know. The favorite one, Abdusattorov fought back nicely at the end of the 5-minute portion, then collapsed in the 3 minutes, which decided the match, basically, no? The final score is what? 18-10. Yeah, these last two victories made it look a little nicer. This is it. Rustam, thank you so much for doing this. And hopefully I'll see you in the city of Hamburg in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. This has been fun. We should do it more often.
Absolutely. Thanks everyone for watching this little program. I hope you liked it too. And we'll see you around. There is another match on the 11th. We don't exactly know who's going to cover it. I think it was two big guys, no? Like Aronian against Nepomniachtchi. But check that out as well. Thanks for watching. Congratulations to Wesley. So see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Special bundles with premium membership from Chess24. Super discounts on merchandise. Massive sales on courses from Chessable. Chessable and Chess24 bundles. With new deals appearing every day. Visit chess24.com/deals.
E5, it's E5 Patzers.
A complete repertoire against 1e4 based on 1e5, now available to study with Chessable's unique Move Trainer technology. The backbone is the Marshall Gambit against the Spanish, with 3 Knight f6 against the Italian. Jan Gustafsson has revisited all these lines he has played for 20 years and worked on as a second for Peter Lecko and Magnus Carlsen, amongst others, with the help of the most powerful engines out there, Leela 0 and Stockfish 10. This has led to many new discoveries and a repertoire ready to master on Chessable that can serve the student for a long chess career.
Maybe e4 doesn't exist after all.
E5, it's E5 Patzers.
queen takes f3. Oh, what is going on? Oh, this is going to be a fortress. I just don't see any hopes at all. This is very easy. Just rook back and forth.
Taking chess to the next level.
Wow. Wow.
Wow, yeah, nothing else to say. Wow.
Creating the future of the sport. Introducing the Champions Chess Tour. 10 months, 10 tournaments. The world's best players online and on TV.
Well, we wanted to do a historical top 50 of chess players of sort of all time, and to do that, we are using the statistics by Jeff Sonax, who has created a site called Chess Metrics. We've gotten some help from Frank Hofmeister, who is a well-renowned chess historian, but then we have still kind of added our own touch. And it's always going to be subjective, and there's no correct answer.
I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you agree with every single ranking, because usually when you publish lists, what could go wrong? Who would disagree with anything? But yeah, it's been fun, and I hope you like it.
It's time to take control of your journey towards chess mastery. Magnus Carlsen introduces Chessable, the definitive solution for studying chess. Move Trainer uses the science of spaced repetition to identify your strengths and eliminate your weaknesses. There's no need to set up a board, remember which page you're on, or keep track of all the moves you miss. Move Trainer empowers you to go from the opening to the end game with confidence. It's a seamless, effective, and fun way to study chess. Choose from one of the largest online chess libraries in the world, with hundreds of titles ranging from classic books through to our exclusive Chessable courses, including over 100 free courses. Get expert insights from International Master John Bartholomew, Grandmaster Sam Shankland, International Master Christoph Sulecki, Grandmaster Simon Williams, World Champion Magnus Carlsen, and hundreds of other instructors. Get started now and join our growing community of over 100,000 chess enthusiasts at Chessable.com. Chessable, take control of your journey towards chess mastery.
Special bundles with premium membership from Chess24. Super discounts on merchandise. Massive sales on courses from Chessable. Chessable and Chess24 bundles. With new deals appearing every day. Visit chess24.com/deals.